Hi everyone, Stacy here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So today we're going to be diving into the month of May, and we're going to talk about the energies that are available to us for the month ahead. Now, before I dive into all 12 signs, just a really quick short snapper message is that I want to take an opportunity to thank each and every one of you for liking my content, sharing out my content, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I appreciate each and every one of you for doing so, and I am sending the love back to you tenfold. So thank you so much for that support, and I'm grateful that you found your way to be here today to talk about the month of May. Another reminder, keep in mind, these are general readings. I cannot stress that enough. So please don't make any life-altering, life-shattering decisions based on these general videos that you find on YouTube land. I do recommend setting up an appointment with an astrologer. It doesn't have to be me. You find your person on YouTube or wherever in your local area, and you connect with that person if you want to dive deeper into astrology and what the energies are coming up for you, not only for the month ahead, but any other big cycles that you could be going through at this time. Because again, if you've been following me for a while, I've been saying this for a while, like, to be alive on the planet right now, to witness this, especially these big heavy hitters moving into brand new territory that we have not seen in hundreds and hundreds of years. There's transits that we have not seen for, again, hundreds and hundreds of years. It's just amazing, you guys, to be on the planet right now. But I can appreciate, I don't want to stick my hand in the sandbox and not ignore or acknowledge the difficulty that's happening across the planet. But again, I do these videos to uplift everyone, or I try my best to uplift and infuse these videos with positive energy out to all of you that are watching this right now, to give you that hope that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And these energies are working for us, you guys. They're not working against us. They're working for us. But anyway, with that said, I'll get off my soapbox. General reading. So I do not have your personal birth chart sitting in front of me. Always keep that in mind. You can certainly watch for your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, or any other planet placement or point that you have in these respective signs to pull all the energy together for you for the month ahead. And as always, take what resonates and leave the rest, you guys, because I don't anticipate every single thing I say is going to resonate with you 1000%. And if you want a personal reading tailored to you, for you, all about you, if you resonate with my style, if you like my style, then you can get in touch with me on my website, and I'm more than happy to work with you one-on-one, whether for a tarot reading or an astrology reading. Okay, so we're going to talk about, I'm not going to go through all the mundane transits, you guys, because I mean, I think I would lose you anyway after a few minutes. But for those of you that like the mundane day-to-day astrology, you can take a snapshot of this screen and it'll kind of show you some transits to keep in mind for the month ahead. Now, couple things I want to mention here. We're definitely going to talk about the luminaries this month. So where the sun is sort of shining a spotlight in your personal birth chart. Also the new moon and full moon we're going to cover as well, because these are very active lunations this month, because all the heavy hitters, all the outer planets are sort of involved with these lunations this month. So again, I think May, I feel like a broken record, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think May is going to be another month on the map, one to remember, so to speak. All of the planets are direct except Pluto. So Pluto is going retrograde this month. Not a big deal though, because again, Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus are collective planets. They represent generations. They represent the collective. So, I mean, they spend half of the year retrograde anyway, so nothing to worry about if you're doing any launches this month or anything like that. I mean, it's all systems go. They're showing me this is the month that's a green light. I think I said that last month too. It's like all systems go, you guys. Take advantage of this energy, big launches, finding a new job, finding a new career, going back to school, whatever your heart's desire, it's time to get off the fence and make that decision, my friends. Now, with that said, Mars and Venus are finally coming out of shadow this month. Mars has, I'll talk about it for every single sign, but Mars has been in a 7-month retrograde. If you include the shadow periods, which I do, I personally do include the shadow periods. Venus has been in retrograde shadow for about 3 months or so. So again, Mars is all about action, passion, motivation, our drive. So it's time to get off the fence, you guys. It's time to make a decision in this area of life, which will cover off. But if you've been, I can't be the only one that's felt off, in the Mars ruled areas of your life, which we'll dive into in a second here. But now it's finally like Mars can regenerate itself in the sign of Leo. And Mars is very passionate and purposeful and willful and all about ambition when he dives into Leo. So that's what I'm thinking is anything you've been contemplating or trying to make a decision on since October of last year. Yes, that's how long this retrograde has been, you guys. It's time to make a decision once and for all. And it's time to just blast forward. With Venus and Mars in fire signs this month, you guys, excellent for relationships. Excellent, excellent, excellent for relationships. I can't stress that enough. Also, the sex drive is going to return, you guys. So if you felt like meh over the last several months, well, it's going to be like full on a zillion %. You're really going to feel this energy this month with Venus and Mars, not only talking to each other in a harmonious aspect, but again, revving up wherever Aries and Leo lands in your personal birth chart, which we'll get to in a second here. So Venus in Aries is all about fresh new beginnings, fresh new energy when she dives back into Aries. Now, technically, she's still in shadow for the first half of May, as you can see on the screen here. I have the dates here. I have the degree points here. Keep in mind, depending on where you are on the planet, give or take a day or two. So I just want to throw that out there. So everything listed on the slide here is I'm in Canada. I'm in the Eastern time zone. So it would be the same as Toronto, New York, the East Coast, just to kind of give you an idea there. But again, I wouldn't stress about the times and being so specific. You're going to feel this energy regardless, usually before and a little bit afterwards as well. Okay, and what else here? Other big news, yes, Saturn moving into the sign of Aries, joining Neptune. Now, I'm not going to talk about Saturn in this video because I made a separate video about Saturn diving into Aries and what that could mean for each and every one of us. I also talk about Saturn cycles. You could time these like clockwork. Every 7 years, we go through a Saturn cycle. And then every 29 years, we go through a Saturn return. So I do talk about that in that video, or if you just want to skip right ahead, check out the timestamps in these videos. You can dive right into your sign, or you can learn a little bit more about these planetary aspects. So check out the description box below. I made separate videos about Neptune in Aries, Saturn in Aries, Jupiter in Cancer. Depending on when you're watching this, I'll be releasing that soon as well, early May. And also Uranus hopping into Gemini. I'll be releasing that in June. So stay tuned for those videos, you guys, where I dive into a lot more information and I talk about the cycles that these bigger, slower moving planets bring to the table. And they're monumental, you guys. They're definitely monumental when these outer planets and social planets hit one of your personal planets or angles. It's usually life-changing, which I feel like all of us are going through in some small or big way, or it's coming, or maybe for some of us, it's already happened, right? So check that video below if you want to learn more. Mercury in Taurus this month, which I kind of like this, you guys. It's going to, I'm hoping, slow down the mind chatter. It's going to emphasize anything moving through Taurus is about the sensory experience. And it's about opening up, opening all of your senses up to life. I also heard to the invisible realm as well, but I can appreciate that's not for everyone. But hopefully this slows us down, slows down the speech, slows down the text messages. Be mindful. Notice what you're noticing, those type of things. Indulgence will probably be at the top of the menu as well for each and every one of us. Also, excellent energy, you guys, if you have to make any presentations or launches this month, or networking or anything like that. This is really nice energy coming in with Mercury moving in through the sign of Taurus. So we'll talk about that. Sun moving into Gemini this month. So as I mentioned that, things might pick up from May 20th and into June, because Gemini is that social butterfly sign. So take advantage of this energy while the Sun is still in Taurus and Mercury is joining the party in Taurus as well. To just take a beat, take a break if you can. I can appreciate this isn't for everyone, but yeah, if you're a teacher, if you're a mentor, if you're a coach, if you're a public speaker, take advantage of this energy with especially Mercury in Taurus, because your voice is going to be very captivating. People with Mercury in Taurus, they're excellent podcasters, reading audiobooks, public speaking, teaching, coaching, mentor. It's just, they have a beautiful voice, right? They could also be singers as well. So anyway, what else do we got going on here? So yes, we'll definitely talk about the luminaries. Mundane transits, a couple things here I want to make mention of is on May the 17th, we have the Sun coming together with Uranus. Very special day, you guys, because this is the last time the Sun will come together with Uranus in Taurus. Yeah, let that sink in. Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018, I believe April of 2018. So every time the Sun makes a cycle through all the zodiac signs, it conjuncts these big heavy hitters in the sky. We went through this with Pluto. So just think about it. The next time the Sun comes back around into Taurus, Uranus is going to be gone. I mean, Uranus will be at the very beginning of Gemini, but it's sort of like, I feel like, again, another highlight or an umph of a nudge, push. I mean, Uranus is expect the unexpected this month, you guys, which I'll get into it with the luminaries here. But expect the unexpected possibly around this day. Insights, like look to where Leo is in your birth chart. That might give you some extra clues as well, because the Sun rules Leo. But this is like insights, downloads coming in, new beginnings, fresh new starts, make or break decisions. Whatever this is, it could be quite rapid, or again, this could be just part of a larger story in this area of life, the Taurus area of life, that's wrapping up since, 2018. Obviously the Sun is leaving little nuggets as every single year as he comes around to this point in your birth chart. But this is it. This is the finale. So he's kind of like, okay, here's the gifts I'm going to leave behind for you. And then now the next time I come around, it's starting a brand new cycle in Gemini for the next 7 years. So I did want to highlight that this month. Also, as you can see on the screen, Mercury is making a lot of activations at the end of May when he hops into Gemini, and he rules Gemini. So again, life might speed up quite a bit at the end of the month. I love these energies though. Mercury is going to make a conjunction to Uranus before he hops into Gemini. So again, downloads, insights, text messages, communications, things coming at us. And it could be us making waves, right? This is Uranus after all, so expect the unexpected. And look to this area of life. What does Taurus rule in your birth chart? And do you have any planets or angles at 27 degrees of Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius? You're definitely going to feel this the most. But I love how Mercury is making connections to Saturn, opportunity aspects to Neptune, flowing energy into Pluto. And then at the end of the month, he makes a conjunction to the Sun. Whenever planets come together in a conjunction, it's technically a new beginning. Not always, but it's usually part of a larger story or a larger cycle that's taking place in this area of life. So I want to make sure I don't forget anything here. Let's see. So, sorry, going back to Mars and Venus. Mars, something you were contemplating back in November, December. You could finally make a decision on that, which I think I talked about. And then Venus going back over old ground as well, which she still is. She's still covering that old ground from the beginning of May to middle of May. So think back to March with respect to this Venus retrograde when it comes to love, money, relationships. And again, look to where Aries is in your birth chart, Libra and Taurus. That could give you some other layers of something that, again, you're reassessing in this area of life. Otherwise, I think that's about it, you guys. So let's dive into all 12 signs. Hey, Aries, welcome to May. Let's talk about where I think some of your focus could be for the month ahead. Now, if you missed my short intro there, I just want to throw this out there off the hop. You have Saturn in your sign this month. You have Neptune in your sign. So if you want to learn more about those planets hopping into your first house, check out my video down below. I'm not going to talk about the slower moving planets in these monthly videos because I always make separate videos about these heavy hitters moving through the signs, because it's too much to talk about in, like, I don't know, the 9 minutes or 10 minutes that I try to spend on every single sign each month. So Aries, just wanted to start with that. All right, let's talk about the sun. So the sun is shining a spotlight on your second house and your third house. So what does that mean, Aries? So focus could be on work. Now, if you're not working or if you're retired, what do you do on a day-to-day basis? What is your 9 to 5? What does your day look like? Do you go golfing? Do you, I don't know, maybe you're living out of an RV and you're tripping around. You know, how do you help the greater good? Do you have grandkids? Do you babysit? Do you dog sit? Do you paint houses? So Aries, always apply this to your circumstance, whether you're working or not working. But second house is pretty straightforward. It's all about work. It's about your talents, your skills, your abilities. It's your skill set. The third house is also about that as well. So you have sort of a long-term focus on possibly upgrading your skill set for that matter, or something to do with educational pursuits. It could be just learning a simple short course as well, or learning how to use technology that you're not familiar with, for example. Second house is also about material possessions, things that you personally own, not so much about your partner, but what you actually physically own. Could also be about property. Could also be about investments, whatever that means to you, whether you invest in property or in homes or the stock markets or Bitcoin, or again, you fill in the blank, whatever investments means to you, Aries. So that could be some of the focus this month, especially if you own a business or run a business. It could be full on this month. Mercury in there too with Taurus. Excellent time, excellent month to make those pitches to individuals, networking, rubbing shoulders with like-minded individuals, selling. It's also going to, like Aries, this month you look really attractive too with Venus in your first house. But anyway, let's get back to the sun. I know I get jumping around here because it's so easy to go start going down the rabbit hole with this stuff. Now, once the sun moves into your third house, very social house. This is also, I just heard for you, Aries, a very abundant placement for you as well, because you're getting opportunities now pouring in from that third house. You also have a new moon here as well. So what is the third house? The mind, communication, how you communicate. It's also how you digest information as well. It's also how you talk to yourself, to Aries. So that could come to light this month as well and continue into June. As I mentioned, this could be about education, upgrading your skill set, something that is going to benefit your work or your 9 to 5, or again, maybe you're practicing up your golf swing or whatever. Okay, so again, apply this to your circumstances. It's about getting better at something, or dusting off. They're showing me like dusting off the rusty joints here, or dusting off that rusty car and getting it up and running, and making sure you change the oil and you lubricate all the joints and things like that. They're showing me. So it's kind of like wake up. It's like a wake up time here in the third house. Third house is also about transportation. Aries, I think maybe some of you could be getting actually a new vehicle this month, or a new mode of transportation, like how you get around. That could be a possibility for some of you this month. Could also be about siblings this month as well. Siblings, cousins, neighbors, relatives, your local vicinity, your local community. Maybe some of you are getting new neighbors, or you could be moving to a new neighborhood. That could be a possibility as well. Third house is also social media, anything to do with the internet, and short distance trips or traveling. So this is a very busy, active time in your local vicinity, your local community. Or if you volunteer, I think it's going to start picking up, especially once the sun moves into Gemini and once Mercury moves into Gemini for you as well, Aries. Now, all that stuff I rambled off about the third house. You also have a new moon here, like I mentioned. So, and yeah, forgive me, I'm going to jump around a little bit here, but all the dates are listed on the screen here if you want to take a snapshot. But let's jump to the end of the month when you have this full moon. On May 26th, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet. So in this area of life, you could experience a brand new beginning in this area of life. If you have anything around 6 degrees Aries, this is also going to add in additional opportunity. So for example, if your sun is at 6 degrees of Aries, this is career opportunities coming in, or opportunities coming in for a male or a father-like figure in your life. Or if you're a boss, Aries, this could be something to do with promotions for you, or because the sun rules Leo, could also have something to do with a new beginning with your kids. You know, for some of you, I'm picturing the educational institutions. They're showing me educational institutions. There we go. Maybe some of you, your kids are off like a butterfly and starting a new life somewhere else and learning something new. That could be a possibility. Okay, so new beginning at the end of the month. Now, these luminaries this month, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, they are just packed full of energy, you guys. So this new moon, especially, it's making a flowing harmonious aspect to Pluto. It's making a wide conjunction to Mercury, a wide conjunction to Uranus. So expect the unexpected. It's making a wide sextile, so an opportunity aspect, like I mentioned, to Saturn and Neptune. It's crazy, you guys. It's crazy. This new moon just packs such a powerful punch. So for those of you that follow the lunations or want to plant your seeds of intention, definitely I would recommend doing that on the 26th of May or just shortly after the 26th of May. Because definitely they're showing me, whether we realize it or not, whether we're conscious of it or not, we are planting incredible seeds of intention in this area of life, Aries. And this is just the beginning, because they're also showing me this is connected to Uranus moving into Gemini here pretty soon here. So now let's jump to that full moon up in a financial area of life for you. Now this is in Scorpio at 22 degrees, so it's not really making any direct angles to Aries. It's more of an inconjunct, and yes, that's as awkward as it sounds, basically. But it's shining a spotlight. Full moon shine a spotlight on both axes, Aries. So for you, this could have something to do with your finances. I'm going to repeat myself a little bit here. So we talked about the sun moving through Taurus. So similar themes could be coming up with work, with your finances, with your resources, with material possessions and your skill set and your talents and your abilities. Also anything to do with the face too, Aries, the face or the neck, or the jaw, you know, things of that nature could also be coming up. So if you're getting any dental work done, or face, or something to do with the throat, that could come up this month as well. But this full moon is in your partnership sector. So it's about shared resources and shared assets and shared property and taxes and debts and loans and mortgages, Aries. Now, this full moon is also making incredible aspects this month. It's making a trine to the North Node, to Saturn. Again, they're not exact, but I mean, they're in the neighborhood. They're pretty darn close. So I'm including them because there's definitely a reason for this, where some astrologers wait to the exact degree point. I don't. Let me see here. It's making a wide opposition to Uranus. So again, both luminaries expect the unexpected around the new moon and the full moon this month. Also, let me see here. It's making a wide opportunity aspect to the South Node in Virgo. And this is all about letting something go, or possibly letting something go, Aries, in this work house or this health house, or something to do with pets or kids, or again, whatever it is that you do on a day-to-day basis, Aries. So again, I think this is going to be a fantastic month ahead. Let's jump back to that Venus. So Venus back in your sign, Aries. This is where she was retrograde, and has been retrograde for about, this is part of a 3-month transit that began back in January. So she's reassessing old ground, especially if you have anything around 0 to 10 degrees of Aries. This is where the concentration of energy is. Being in your first house, it could really be anything, Aries. It could be relationships. It could be love. It could be money. It could be contracts, agreements, negotiations. It could be business relationships, business partnerships, people who you are in business with could be coming up at this time. But Venus is also your work planet. So we already talked about that second house in the beginning there. Any one of those things could be coming up, something to do with work, material possessions, money. Like, this is a very money aspected month for you, Aries. And there's something here that you possibly were reassessing, and now it's time to, you fill in the blank, whether it's a relationship, again, business, a launch, a business idea, retirement, whatever you want to make of this transit, Aries. Now it's time to make that decision. Venus makes you very attractive in the first house too. So depending on if you're in a relationship or not in a relationship, you could use this to your benefit with clients as well. As I mentioned, Venus, Mercury in your second house makes your speech very slow and steady as well. And you can articulate yourself very well. And then Venus makes you just look good naturally, Aries. I know, isn't that wonderful? You could really attract with this type of energy, because wherever Venus goes, she attracts in usually love and money. But again, for those of you that are attached, use this in your business life, or use this volunteering, or use this for networking, or use this for, again, fill in the blank, presenting, trying to get more clients, advertising, whatever the case may be, Aries. Now, Mars is back in Leo. Hallelujah for you. Now, Mars is your ruler. So Mars is finally coming out of shadow. He's finally waking back up. And Aries, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's a decision to make here. Okay, it's time to get off the fence about something, whether this is a home-related matter, a family matter, something to do with your parents, mother, father, authority figures, you as an authority figure, you as a parent, your parenting style. This could have something to do with your kids as well. Home, family, roots, healing, ancestry, place of living, your literal place of living. I mean, Mars moving through the fourth house is excellent for renovations. So finally, maybe you're finally wrapping up those renovations, or maybe you moved and you had to renovate, or again, depending on the circumstances. But I love Mars finally moving on for you. First of all, it's making beautiful aspects to your planets, placements, points. It's going to re-energize you, Aries, because again, this is your planet. Leo is a fellow fire sign, so Mars can regenerate from the inside out, and it's going to help you regenerate from the inside out. It's going to help you bring back that flame and fire. But yeah, they're also showing me with Saturn in your sign, sometimes that can blow the fire out, but it's up to you to reignite that flame again, they're saying. But anyway, I talk about that in my Saturn video if you want to go check that out. Let's see here. Mars in here is excellent for creative projects. Again, work endeavors, sexual relationships, Aries, whether you're connected with a partner or not, the sexual energy is going to be quadrupled. It's going to be so intensified with Mars in this sign for you. Dating, romance, again, whether you're connected or not, bring the spice back into your relationship. If you're looking for somebody, I would say put yourself online. I would do the online dating because, again, we talked about all that energy in your third house of technology, of social media. The third house is a social butterfly house. So get out there and mix and mingle, Aries, if you are looking for a partner. If you're not, dive into activities, dive into hobbies. Again, dust off that old car, get that car running, dive into woodworking or metal or whatever you want, Aries, dive into whatever you want. This is also a house of children too. Spend time with your kids, put more passion, motivation, action into your children's lives. Be there for them. Get them into hobbies, take them camping, like do activities. This is definitely an action-oriented transit with Venus and Mars moving through these fire signs. Your grandkids too is ruled by the fifth house as well. Otherwise, Aries, enjoy the month ahead and we'll see you back here in June. Bye for now. Hey Taurus, let's talk about the month of May and let's chat about where I think your focus will be for the month ahead. Now, before I get ahead of myself, if you want to learn more about Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries, check out my separate videos down below where I dive into way more detail about those heavy hitters moving into new territory. These month by month videos, I like talking about the luminaries and the personal planets. I always make separate videos about the eclipses and the big heavy hitters. So check out all the other videos I have available down below. Okay, Taurus, happy birthday if you are celebrating a birthday this month. And my goodness, Taurus, what a birthday, how do I say this? I'm just thinking of your solar year ahead birth chart is going to have all this incredible energy snapshot, like put in your solar return chart for the entire year ahead. So you're going to carry this incredible energy with you throughout the entire year. That's what they're showing me. So happy birthday indeed. The spotlight is on you still for now, Taurus, so take advantage of this energy. When the sun touches your sign, your energy, your planet's placements, points, it reinvigorates you. But they're also reminding you, you've had Uranus here since 2018. So talk about being reinvigorated over and over and over and over and over again. So you might get a little zap of that again this month, as I talked about at the beginning of the video, with the sun coming into contact with Uranus, and same with Mercury as well. So there could be some interesting developments coming down the pipe for you this month. Might have something to do with a home related matter or something to do with work or your talents, your skills, your abilities, opportunities for new work. Or again, it could be something to do with you as a parent or retirement, whether you're working or not working. Apply this to your circumstance. It could have something to do with a child as well, or a grandchild as well, or romance or dating or self-expression. I could go on and on here, Taurus. So, because when everything is in the first house, it's really anything could happen. It's kind of like all bets are off. Plus with Uranus there, Uranus in the mix, expect the unexpected, Taurus. And this energy is going to be with us for quite some time, until the sun and Mercury move out of your first house, and Uranus for that matter. But again, I'll save that for another video. Now, once the sun moves into your second house of Gemini, this is going to put the focus on work. If you do work, and if you don't work, again, what do you do 9 to 5? What do you do on a day-to-day? Do you paint houses? Do you watch the kids? Do you walk the dogs? Do you golf? Do you, I don't know, go whip around the racetrack? I don't know, Taurus, like what do you do on a day-to-day if you're not working? Second house is all about your skill set, your talents, your abilities. Again, for you, I'm really hearing about something to do with your self-expression. But anyway, which is more of a fifth house thing. That's where, well, that's where you do have the eclipses over the next couple years. So maybe it has something to do with that as well. But anyway, back to the second house, your skill set, upgrading your skill set could be on the menu this month or as well, or you could be thinking about it. You do have a new moon in here after all, which I'll come back to in a second. Second house is also about your material possessions, Taurus. So things that you own. It's also a financial house. So what does investments mean to you? Is it invested in property, Bitcoin, sitting in your mattress, sitting in a bank, GIC? I don't know, like all the financial things out there. So apply this to your circumstance, Taurus. But that could be the focus this month is you. It's all about you because the sun is still in your sign. It could be about your health and well-being, your vitality, your place in the world, your purpose in the world, and then that second house energy being of service or a flavor of being of service. Your work, your day-to-day, and your finances could be in focus. Now I'm going to jump around a bit here. We talked about that second house. That's where you have a brand new beginning in this area of life. So again, work, finances, material possessions, your skills, your talents, your abilities, your skill set in general. There could be a new beginning here, Taurus. Now, this is happening at the end of the month on the 26th of May, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet. But what I like about this new moon is that it is packed full of energy. Both luminaries this month are just packed full of faded energy. They're showing me we are planting seeds of intention right now, whether we realize it or not, around these luminaries. So if you want to make a conscious effort of planting seeds of intention around the 26th, I would definitely recommend to do so, because this new moon is making a harmonious aspect up to Pluto, newly in your 10th house of career, of status, of reputation, of parenthood. You being a parent or something to do with your parents. So it could even be a new beginning on their front. It's making a wide conjunction to Mercury and Uranus. So as I mentioned, expect the unexpected around these lunations this month. It's making an opportunity aspect up to Saturn in your hidden 12th house. So again, bringing in the invisible realm. Things that, yeah, for you, Taurus, they're showing me so many things you're going to be working on behind the scenes. And this is a huge preparation cycle for you and a huge metaphysical or spiritual transit for you with Saturn and Neptune in the mix. So you might get a little sneak peek of it around, or of something. I shouldn't say of it, but of something around this new moon. So I love this new moon for each and every one of us, and especially for you, Taurus, being in a money house and in a work house. I love, love, love this for you. Also, for those of you that want to change your look, if you haven't already done so with Uranus in your sign for such a long time, this could be about changing your physical appearance as well, Taurus, or beautifying yourself in some way, shape, or form, whatever that means for you, because beauty means different things to each and every one of us. So what does beauty mean to you is what they're saying, Taurus, actually. Okay, let's jump to this full moon in Scorpio at 22 degrees. So this is opposing your sign, Taurus. But again, full moons shine a spotlight on both areas of life. So again, this is about you and your identity and your place in the world, your purpose in the world. This is highlighting your relationship sector as well. So relationships of all kinds, love, business, family, friends, contracts, agreements, negotiations, Taurus. And again, this full moon is making a harmonious aspect to the North Node and to Saturn and to Neptune. Now, is it exact? No, I'm widening up the orbs quite a bit here, but when the nodes of fate are involved, again, this adds in another magical layer of expect the unexpected this month, you know, because this is technically the eclipse energy, which feels like Uranus type of energy. It's just, you don't know what you're going to get, right? Let's see here. It's also making a wide opposition to Uranus in your sign as well. I forgot to mention that. So if you have anything around 22 degrees Taurus, you're going to feel this even more. So if it's your sun sign, it's something to do with your career, or male or father-like figures in your life, or something to do with the home front. Could be a possibility for you as well, Taurus. If it's your rising sign, I mentioned this, it's about you. It's how you enter the world. It's almost like, what do you call that? Those first impressions. It's how people see you when you enter into the world. It's the lenses, it's the glasses that you wear when you project onto the world as well, Taurus. And if it's your moon sign, it's something to do with your home. Could have something to do with mother, father figures in your life as well. Yeah, I'm hearing lots of different things for you, Taurus. Either you as a parent, your parents or your kids, or your home life, which I know I mentioned. Okay, Venus in your hidden 12th house. She moved back into this area of life, and she's going to be here until early June, Taurus. I'm going to throw it out there right now. Venus in the 12th house, she's a great attractor. So wherever she moves, and I forgot to mention, she is your ruler, by the way, Taurus. So she attracts in love and money, usually wherever she goes. Venus also rules your 6th house of health and work and diet and being of service. So again, if you're like, well, I'm not working, again, how are you being of service to society? Are you babysitting? Are you painting houses? Are you being a chauffeur? Are you volunteering? Like, what are you doing on a day-to-day? Taurus, you could be working on something in the background with all this heavy energy in your 12th house. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I mean, get used to working on stuff behind the scenes. Solitude could be really beneficial for you, not only with Venus in here, but I mean, again, you have Neptune in here, Saturn in here. It's all about solitude. It's all about healing. It's all about spirituality. It's having those spiritual experiences. And again, what does spirituality mean to you? What is your belief systems? Venus and Neptune in here. Also, I'm going to just put it out there, Taurus, that you could be dating in secret. You could be having sex with someone in secret, Taurus. Now, is that for all of you? No, I would have to see your personal birth chart. But Venus or Mars moving through the 12th house usually could be doing something in secret. It doesn't have to be bad. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. But Venus is indulgent, right? So it's about, you are an indulgent sign, Taurus. So it's all about the senses and being tempted. I can see this as a wicked temptation, Taurus. So I'm just going to throw it out there. It could be you or a partner. So depending. Now, again, don't go screaming down the hallway like, oh my God, you're cheating on me. No, 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 no. Again, this is where I need to see your personal birth chart to confirm this. But I'm just saying the energy is there. There's something in secret that you're doing. Now, is it healing? Is it that you're craving more solitude? Are you eating? Are you binge eating in solitude? Are you drinking too much in solitude? Like, pick your poison, right, Taurus? And I don't mean to taint this. This could also be a good thing, like diving into creative projects. This could be about, again, something to do with work, starting a YouTube channel, blogging, vlogging, traveling. Like, I don't know, whatever you want, Taurus, whatever you want. With all this incredible energy in your 12th house, it's like you're getting a spiritual reboot and a spiritual reset. This is also about letting something go to Taurus. The 12th house is about letting something go. Now, Venus in here, though, could bring in the benefits, right? For you, I'm seeing this as a very healing transit, whether it's physical, emotional, psychological. Make sure, excellent time to take care of your mental health and well-being as well. And you're preparing for a new cycle. When she hops into your sign, she's at home in the sign of Taurus and Libra. So it's kind of like all systems go. She's going to give you a little energetic boost when she reaches your sign as well, Taurus. Now, Mars, that's been scratching around in your 3rd house for a long, long, long time, but not making bad aspects to you, Taurus. So you were kind of one of the lucky ones where Mars was actually kind of working with you and bringing in opportunities. But if you've been on the fence about anything with regard to a 3rd house matter, So this is something to do with communication, the mind, educational pursuits, transportation, how it is that you get around, siblings, cousins, neighbors, relatives, anything to do with your local vicinity, your local community. Mars is finally like, okay, make a decision, because he's moving out of here now and he's moving back into your 4th house of home, family, foundation, your roots, your ancestry. You as a parent, Taurus, if you're a parent, or something to do with your grandparents. Actually, I don't know why I said that. Your parents. You as a parent. Anyway, there's a reason why I said grandparents, but yeah, I don't know why I said that. Anyway, what was I going to say? Your kids, your, shoot, I lost it, Taurus. There was something that came in and the grandparents thing squeezed it out. I don't know why, but anyway, maybe I wasn't supposed to say that. Like, that's why they squeezed out the thought. But Mars at the bottom of your sky can cause irritation. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, you guys. It's Mars. You're ruled by Venus. Mars down here scratching around. It's going to make your home life a little bit more active. Now, for those of you building a house, buying a house, renovating or moving, this is excellent energy coming in. Mars is going to give you the oomph and the energy to go after whatever it is that you want to do in this area of life. But keep in mind, Mars separates too. Mars is a double-edged sword. He severs, ends, and separates wherever he goes as well. So again, for you, Taurus, it could be something to do with making a decision, getting off that fence and saying, no, I'm moving forward with, and then you fill in the blank. Okay, this could be with a loved one. Excellent energy for sex, like I mentioned. So whether you're single or not, again, I think some of you are going to be dating in secret. I definitely think there's heavy energy for that. But if you're with a committed partner, I'd say bring the spice back, you guys. 12th house is like behind closed doors. So get spicy behind closed doors as well, Taurus, and definitely utilize this energy to your benefit and move it out of your body. Okay, if you feel like pent up energy or anger coming to the surface, again, move it out of your body gently or vigorously. However, again, everybody's skill sets are different when it comes to exercise routines or regimes, but just make sure you're moving it out of your body as well, Taurus. Otherwise, that is all I was going to talk about in this month ahead. So enjoy the month of May, Taurus. And again, happy birthday if you are celebrating a birthday this month. And we'll see you back here in June. Bye for now. Hey, Gemini, welcome to your May month ahead. And yes, I had to take a little bit of a breath there, Gemini, because I just realized it's your birthday month ahead if you are celebrating a birthday this month. But you also have an incredible new moon in your 1st house, which I'm going to come back to in like a split second here. So the luminaries this month are just packed full of energy, Gemini. So whether you celebrate a birthday this month or next month, this is your new moon. So circle on the calendar on or around the 26th of May. That's when I want you to plant your seeds of intention. I want you to plant those birthday wishes, because those of you that are celebrating a birthday this month, and even next month for that matter, you're going to have this snapshot in your solar year ahead. All the planets are direct except Pluto, but who cares? He's retrograde half the year anyway, and he's an outer planet. He represents the collective, not us personally. Us as a generational collective, yes, but you individually, no. So Gemini, I'm super excited for you for the month ahead. I also think life is going to speed up for all of us once the sun touches your sign. But anyway, right now, that probably is overwhelming you, as I'm maybe even saying that, because the sun is still in your 12th house, your hidden 12th house. So this is all about sleepy time. This is all about getting that solitude, getting that rest, taking care of your mental health and well-being. The 12th house is very psychological. It's very spiritual. This is about working on things behind the scenes. This is metaphysical stuff if you're into that realm. This is your hidden gifts, talents, and abilities. Gemini, I have no doubt that has come to the surface. You've heard me say this over and over. If you're not new here and you've been following me for a while, Uranus in your 12th house, I have no doubt at least half of you have had a metaphysical, a spiritual, or some sort of encounter since 2018, like some sort of something that happened that made you go, what? Like, anyway, I could go on and on with spirits, with UFOs. They're showing me the whole gamut with you, Gemini. So anyway, take the rest you need, take the time you need, because once Mercury, your ruler, hops into your sign, and once the sun hops into your sign, it's all systems go. It's time to get out of bed. It's time to reinvigorate. It's time to re-energize, and let's get moving, Gemini. Let's get rolling. Rubber hits the road this month for you. So I want to come back to this new moon energy. So new moon in your first house. This is going to touch multiple areas of life. Anything that happens in the first house could ripple out to your relationships, it could ripple out to your career, and it could also ripple out to your home life or retirement. So again, for those of you that are working, could have something to do with new beginnings on the work front, if that's what you want. Now, if you're not working, you know, what is your 9 to 5? What do you do on a day-to-day basis? Do you volunteer? Do you paint houses? Do you walk dogs? Do you travel? You know, maybe those of you, you sold everything and you're cruising around in an RV or whatever the case may be. Gemini, this really could be a new beginning that sets the stage for not only the next 6 months, where we're going to have a full moon in this area of life for you, which is you, all about you, but they're showing me we are all planting seeds that's going to stand the test of time. I talked about this in my kite video, my cradle video, if you want to check that out. This is just a bigger story they're showing me that's just unfolding, whether we consciously realize it or not. We're planting those seeds of intention, Gemini. So this new moon makes a harmonious flowing aspect to Pluto, newly in your 9th house. So this could have something to do with, as I mentioned, religion, spirituality, your belief system, or education. Anything to do with educational pursuits or traveling, whatever that means for you. Also, Mercury, your ruler, is close by, which is very good news. Uranus is close by, so expect the unexpected. And again, Uranus is still in your 12th house, so this could be a metaphysical or some sort of awakening. You probably have gone through multiple awakenings, Gemini. And guess what? They're not going to stop, by the way. They're not going to stop, especially for your sign. Not a bad thing, by the way, at all. At all. Gemini, you're going to be like a superhero. By the time Uranus moves out of your sign into Cancer, like probably half of the Geminis out there are going to be bionic. That's what I'm, is that a proper word? I don't even know. But like, that's what they're showing me. You're going to be the bionic woman, the bionic man, the bionic they, them. Like, that's what they're showing me. It's like half of you could be robotic in the next 8 years, right? I'm just going to throw it out there. I know that does not resonate with all of you, but that's what they're showing me. Yes, I know. It even makes me kind of go, okay, that blows my mind. But anyway, expect the unexpected around this new moon, possibly. Again, this is where it comes down to your personal birth chart. Do you have anything around 6 degrees of Gemini? That's going to add in an additional layer, or 6 degrees of Sag for that matter, or 6 degrees of Pisces or Virgo for that matter. This is just going to add in all these different layers for you, Gemini. Let's see here. What else? Yeah, it could have something to do with your friendship circles, your social media presence, the internet, older siblings. If you have older siblings, this could be a new beginning with a friendship or a friendship circle or people that you surround yourself with. It could be about networking as well, Gemini. Also, did I mention Saturn and Neptune? No, I don't think I mentioned this. So Saturn and Neptune newly in your 11th house. Check out my videos below. I made separate videos about all the heavy hitters moving into new territory because they get special videos because they deserve it. I do not have time in these short snapper videos that I do month by month by month. I talk about the personal planets. That's what I like talking about month to month to month. Big heavy hitters, separate videos because they deserve a separate stage because they're bringing in the heat in a new area of life. And yes, your 11th house is going to be on fire for the next many years, Gemini. And that's amazing for you because it's just going to flow in the opportunities. Big opportunities are coming your way, Gemini. If you're willing to put in the work, though, I'm just going to throw that out there because Saturn is going to make you work for it. Jupiter in your sign might have given you blessings out of the blue. Saturn's going to make you work for it. Sorry to say. That's just the way Saturn is, you guys. So don't send me hate mail. It is what it is. Saturn is here to teach us lessons, and Saturn's also very karmic. So it goes way beyond what I can talk about in this video, my friends. But anyway, back to the luminaries. So let's jump to the full moon now that's happening in your 6th house of work, of being of service. How are you being of service, Gemini? Again, whether you're working or not working. This is your house of health and well-being. So maybe there's something here you got to clean up with regards to your health and diet and routines and running the kids around. 6th house is very, very, very busy. Something to do with pets could be coming to a culmination point as well, Gemini. Now, this full moon, again, beautiful aspects to the North Node at the top of your sky. Opportunities, possibly opportunities to let something go in your 4th house, something to do with home, family, your living circumstances, your living situation, you as a parent, something to do with your parents or your children, if you have any children, could be coming up around this full moon as well. Again, full moons are endings, culmination points. New moons are usually about new beginnings that you might not see on day one, but they're coming. They're definitely coming. It's like planting those seeds of intention. Sorry, my nose is suddenly like just driving me nuts. It's so itchy. Let's see here. And again, that full moon lights up the whole axis. So this could be about, again, that spiritual house is being lit up. The house of letting go is being lit up. Something that you're working on behind the scenes is being lit up. Something could be coming to light that was once hidden, could come up around this full moon as well, Gemini. So that's around the 12th. Full moon is around the 12th of the month. New moon is around the 26th of the month. This full moon is not making a direct hit to you. It's more of an inconjunct. So again, some of you will feel this energy and some of you won't, but there's definitely an ending, a culmination point in this 6th house. Also, if you own a business, run a business, this could have something to do with your clients. This could have something to do with the people that work with you or for you. It's also your workplace, your co-workers, if you work in a corporate environment or whatever you want to call it. Work with other colleagues. So there could be colleagues leaving at this time as well. They're also showing me there could be leadership changes at the top of the food chain as well. Also rental units. For those of you that own like rental homes, rental units, rental apartment buildings, there could be changes coming in here as well, because the 6th house also represents rental property or rental units that are usually somehow attached to us as well. Okay, Gemini, let's jump to, let's see. Also, again, this full moon opposes Uranus. So again, expect the unexpected around this full moon because, yeah, with Uranus involved, with the nodes involved, this is fate, this is destiny stepping in, and Uranus is like that bolt of lightning. You just don't know when it's going to strike, but when it does strike, sometimes your entire world could change, right? That's what Uranus is all about. Think about an earthquake, right? I'm not saying there's going to be an earthquake. Actually, there could be around this full moon, or what do you call those, tremors in the earth. Mother Earth definitely has been awoken from the inside out with Uranus being in an earth sign. But think of an earthquake, like the land completely changes. Our lives could completely change with transits like Uranus transits, for example. So I'm not saying something that drastic could happen this month, but you never know. You guys, you just never know. We've had such powerful, potent energy month after month after month after month. It's just, I'm not surprised anymore when people share their stories with me. It's like, oh my God, it's just, it's incredible, especially with these big planets lingering at the end and beginning of signs, yeah, it's like lots can happen. Usually when big planets move into new territory, the energy is like full force and we're like, whoa, you know, thank God for retrogrades, you guys. I don't know what we would do without retrogrades, because our human bodies cannot handle all of this energy just moving, blasting forward with full force. Retrogrades is a time to integrate that energy into our dense human bodies. So yeah, you'll be very aware of this, Gemini, once Uranus moves into your sign. And I'm not saying that to like doom and gloom you. I'm actually very excited for you and looking forward to all the Geminis out there that is good. You folks are going to change the world. You and the Aquarians, you're going to change the world with this type of energy. And same with Aries for that matter. You just got some powerful, intense energy flowing into your sign. And I don't know, if I were you, I would be excited. There's nothing to be scared about, you guys. Take it higher is what they're saying. Take it higher. Okay, let me get back to this here. Venus in your 11th house. This is all about wherever Venus goes, she attracts in benefits. Love, money, benefits. Sex is really good with this energy too, Gemini. I'm just going to throw it out there. Some of you might have a sexual relationship with a friend. I'm just going to throw it out there with Mars and Venus making a harmonious aspect this month. Or you could be connecting with someone in your local vicinity. For those of you that are single, anyway, put yourself out there. I would say do the online dating thing. It looks really, really good. I think you could find some passionate love affairs, some passionate flings on those dating apps. So I'm just gonna put it out there. For those of you that are in a solid relationship or a marital relationship, just bring the fire back. Gemini, bring the spice back, bring the fire back. You know, you don't even have to go far. You can do a staycation at home. You can explore your local environment, your local city, your town, your state, your province, your country, whatever you want to call it. Well, maybe not your country, but it's all about local, keeping it local, Gemini, to bring back that spark in your relationship. Let's see here. Venus in the 11th house, benefits coming in through friendship circles, networking, rubbing shoulders with like-minded individuals. This is gains that are coming through, possibly even through spirituality, through something that you're working on behind the scenes, a project, creativity, self-expression, maybe even your kids, money coming in through your kids. I also heard grandkids, or something to do with your grandparents, grandkids. Money could be coming in through them as well. What else? And yeah, social circles, if I didn't already say that. Yeah, because this is a very networky type of transit as well. For those of you that own a business, run a business, put it out there. You know, put your card out there, put your advertising out there, and you could attract people. Now, Mars in the 3rd house. This is action, passion, purpose, ambition pouring into this busy 3rd house, which actually you rule, Gemini. So this is about transportation. By the way, ease up on the gas pedal. Mars in here could give you wicked road rage. So I'm just going to throw it out there. And also speeding tickets, Gemini. So just going to throw it out there. But this is about how you get around. Planes, trains, automobiles, your neighbors, your neighborhood, your community, your siblings, your cousins, your relatives, your extended family members. This is about, again, social media. You have a lot of activity with your networking houses, your social butterfly houses, communication period. This is about the mind. This is about your skill set. This is about rubbing shoulders with like-minded people. So Gemini, take advantage of this social butterfly type of energy. And for some of you, this could be a wicked sales pitch too. I keep hearing that for you, Gemini. So there must be some folks watching that own a business, run a business, or maybe you're in marketing or sales. Marketing could be on fire this month for you, like in a very good, positive way. So take advantage of this energy, Gemini. And also decisions to be made, right? Mars going back and forth between your 2nd house, your 3rd house. It's time to make a decision. It's time to get off the fence. Make that decision and just bolt and just run with it, Gemini. Just run with your gut, run with your intuition, and you just can't go wrong, because Mars is going to be flowing into your sign, bringing you opportunities again from this third house, just like what Venus is doing. Like your social houses are lit up. Your relationship houses are lit up, Gemini. So take advantage of this. Absolutely. For those of you open to meeting someone new, it's full on this month. So take advantage. I can't stress that enough with Mars and Venus in social houses. Put yourself out there, Gemini, if you are single and looking for a partnership. I think you could find someone special in your local vicinity or through a friend. Get a friend to hook you up with someone. You might be surprised. All right, Gemini, enjoy the month ahead, and we'll see you back here in June. Bye for now. Hey, Cancer, welcome to May. Let's talk about where I think your focus will be for the month ahead. So the sun is still illuminating your 11th house. So this is all about social friendships. This is about your social circles or networking or people that you rub shoulders with, whether personally or professionally. The 11th house is also about older siblings, Cancer. So they might be in the spotlight in some way, shape, or form. Actually, relatives in general, Cancer, could be in the spotlight for you this month for some reason. The 11th house doesn't usually mean relatives, but I'm hearing that loud and clear for you this month, Cancer. So could be a possibility. Now, once the sun moves into your 12th house, this is kind of like sleepy time until the sun moves into your sign, Cancer. So this is about getting the rest you need. The shift could be on more internal focus. So healing, letting go, taking a step back, taking a vacation, taking a break for those of you that are working. Kind of reassessing where you're at. You know, with Jupiter in here for the past year, I have no doubt solitude has been important for you. Spending time with yourself has been important for you. Expanding on your spiritual practice could have also been important for you. I'm talking about the entire past year, basically, because Jupiter is getting ready to move into your sign next month, which is really exciting. And I'll talk about that. Well, I'm going to make a separate video about that, Cancer. So stay tuned for that. But this is all about healing on a mental, physical, emotional, psychological level, Cancer, whatever that means for you. 12th house is also about your hidden gifts, talents, and abilities as well. And for those of you that work in the metaphysical realm or dream world, or again, diving into a spiritual practice, excellent energy to focus on for the month ahead. Plus you have a new moon here as well. So I'm actually going to jump right to that new moon in your hidden 12th house. So again, this is about, for you, I'm hearing something about cycling something out. So purging, letting go of things. Taking a gut check where you are here right now. You know, where do you want to move forward with in multiple areas of life? Where is your time, your energy, your effort, your love being spent? Where is all of that going, Cancer? And don't forget to reserve some of that for yourself as well. Awakenings, you know, around this new moon could be an awakening, because this is such an active new moon with, let me see here, it's making a trine to Pluto, newly in your 8th house of psychological stuff. Pluto in the 8th house can get very deep and intense as well. Could also have something to do with your finances. This new moon is also very, very, very close to Mercury and Uranus in your 11th house as well. So this might have a connection to, again, an older sibling. I don't know why, but it could extend out to a relative as well, or an extended family member as well. That's not the 11th house, but I'm hearing that for you loud and clear. This could be something to do with the communication, something to, well, Uranus is involved, Cancer. So, I mean, what am I saying here? This is like expect the unexpected around this new moon as well. The 11th house is also gains as well. So for those of you that are working, this could be gains coming in from your career or your pension. For those of you that are not working, or 401k or RSPs or tax-free savings account, whatever you're investment situation looks like. The 11th house is gains, so which is a good thing, Cancer. So it could have something, it could come up around this new moon as well. And this is around the 26th of May. So I apologize if I'm bouncing around here. What else here? Also, I know you got some heavy hitters at the top of your sky, Cancer. Just to let you know, I made a separate video about Saturn in Aries and Neptune in Aries. Check out the links down in the description box below. You can learn more about Saturn and Neptune and the transits that they bring to the table, but also what it means to have these in your 10th house. I mean, Cancer, for you, in a nutshell, it's about building the life that you want and you desire and incorporating that spirituality. I hate to say it, Cancer, for those of you that don't have a spiritual practice, you need to lean on something. Faith, hope, the universe, God, whatever your belief system is, you guys, okay? You might need to incorporate that day to day. And if you're saying to yourself right now, Stacey, I don't need any of that crap, blah, 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 blah. Trust me, Neptune is going to bring that to the table. Neptune will. I'm not saying Neptune's going to bring you to your knees, but he will incorporate that spiritual angle, or your belief systems could go through an overhaul over the next many, many, many years, Cancer. But if for those of you that already have a spiritual practice, keep doing that. Keep that alive, because that is really going to help you with these powerful energies sitting at the top of your chart. But Saturn there, it's building the life you want, Cancer, building the reputation you want, building the wealth that you want, building, this could even be something to do with retirement or home. Top of the sky, any of the big angles could ripple out into multiple areas of life. This is your status too. You know, going from married to single, going from single to married, or single to common law, or common law to marriage, or whatever, because Saturn has put a ring on it, you know, so you could make a commitment. This is all about making a commitment to yourself, Cancer, or to someone, or making a commitment in your career life. And again, if you're not working, then this would be, how do you want to contribute to society? How is your status going to change? You know, can you volunteer? Can you mentor? Can you train, coach students, things like that? This could also have something to do with your parents as well. But anyway, Cancer, I don't want to go down, I'm going down the rabbit hole here with these two planets. But anyway, this new moon could have a flavor of something in that 10th house that I talked about. That's what I was getting at. The Neptune-Saturn angle here of spirituality, putting something in stone, building on something. But this is just the beginning though, you guys. This is definitely not the finale. This is just literally the beginning of these two planets working at the top of your sky. Now let's jump to the full moon, because I like this full moon. It's making a beautiful harmonious aspect to the water signs, Cancer. So that's you. If you have anything around 22 degrees of Cancer, this is shining a spotlight on your respective planet placement point. Now, down in your 5th house, this is really nice energy coming in. It's also making a aspect to your 11th house there, because full moons always work with both axes, Cancer. So this could be about an ending, a culmination point, something to do with your kids, something to do with your grandkids, something to do with a love relationship or a lover, because this is the house of romance and dating and self-expression. This could be about hobbies. This could be about side hustles. This could be about friendship circles or networking, or people that you rub shoulders with, people that you surround yourself with by choice. And this full moon is making an opposition to Uranus. So again, both of these luminaries this month, expect the unexpected this month around the new moon and the full moon. You could receive some, I don't want to say shocking news, but you could. Cancer, again, something to do with a 5th house matter with your kids, your grandkids, a lover, love relationship, or something to do with a hobby or a passion project that you have on the side. 5th house is also about entertainment and gambling and having a good time too, Cancer. And then the 11th house there could be about an older sibling, right, that we talked about. News coming in about them. So this might not be about you, Cancer. This might be about somebody else that you're connected to, right? But all in all, the 5th house and 11th house is a really nice axes. It's a really nice area of life. So, I mean, it might be about you responding to the news that you're receiving about, and then you fill in the blank, right? And then all you can do is be there to support them, engage with them. And yeah, did I mention this might also have something to do with a friend or a colleague or someone that you know as well, Cancer. Now, the full moon is also making a really nice aspect to the nodes of fate. So again, just amping up that energy of expect the unexpected, with that eclipse energy, again, being in your third house, 9th house, North Node in the 9th house, again, amping up that connection to spirituality, your belief system, educational pursuits, learning something new, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, Cancer, which is something I know you just love to do, right? Traveling, international destinations, connections to people from foreign lands, foreign cultures, anyone who's different from you. So that could also be layered in with this full moon is what I'm getting at here. Okay, now what else here, Cancer? Let's talk about Mars and Venus. So Venus is up in your 10th house. Now she was going back and forth here between your 9th and your 10th. So Cancer, this might be, especially for those of you that are working, this might be kind of like the final straw, the breaking point of something to do with a career situation. Okay, moving on and away from a career or a boss or a project, or again, status, which you're known for. Maybe some of you, well, I know some of you will be making big career changes in the next multiple years. So again, it's not going to happen this month, but you're probably feeling it, especially with Saturn there now. Venus at the top of your sky. Wherever she goes, she attracts in love and money, Cancer. So for those of you single and looking to date, you could find a connection at work, whatever your workplace consists of. Because even Mars being in your 2nd house, that's work too. So it could be a month of work focus or retirement or thoughts of retirement or planning to retire, because Venus is money as well. This could also, Cancer, if your true IC, your home line and your career line go through this axis, it could have something to do with the home front too. Changes on the home front, beautifying the home front, because again, the energy would ripple down into the home, into your Libra area of life too, Cancer. If you want to go after a promotion or an executive position or a business idea or a new business venture, Mars and Venus in your work houses is really going to help you out, Cancer. So again, is this the finale? No. But this is kind of like the final straw type of energy. If you watch the beginning of my video, I talked about Mars, us being on the fence about something. Mars was in your sign for a really long time, Cancer. And I can just imagine how difficult that was. I don't think that would have been a cakewalk for you. But maybe some of you it was fine. Because again, it depends on your personal birth chart. But now that Mars has moved into your 2nd house, it's like, okay, all systems go, time to make a decision. And it's really like your work houses are really being lit up this month, Cancer. So for those of you working, take advantage of this. But for those of you that play like in the stock markets, investments, things like that, not a bad month as well. Mars in your 2nd house, though, is going to make you burn through the money. I'm just going to warn you. And some of you it's fine, some of you might not be fine, right? So it depends on your own personal situation, but just a heads up that you could spend a lot of money this month as well. Also a good time to beautify your workspace. So whether you work at home, work from home, or work from an office, excellent time to do some feng shui in your home or home office, I should say, or in your office. But again, for those of you not working, not a bad time to feng shui your personal living space as well. If you want to attract in love or money or good fortune or abundance or whatever the case may be. I don't know a lot about feng shui, but it has been coming into my world more recently, for some reason. But anyway, I am a big believer of it as well. I have utilized feng shui, and I was quite shocked by the results. Let's just put it that way. So, especially when Venus is in your 10th house, you move a few things around in your office, and you'd be surprised. The last time I did this, Cancer, I had a promotion that just landed in my lap. This was many, many, many years ago, though. But like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what? You want to promote me? Why? So Cancer, you just never know. That's kind of what I'm seeing for you with Venus at the top of your sky, along with Neptune and Saturn. Let's see here. Cancer, if you ever, this is a good month to get rid of stuff. I think I already mentioned that with all this energy in your 12th house. Mars in the 2nd house of personal assets, material possessions. Yeah, Cancer, cut away, get rid of shit that you don't need, please. Yeah, do yourself that favor, because once you get rid of that energy, that old energy, especially stuff that you've been carrying around for a while, guess what? Then you start welcoming in that new energy coming into your space. Also, Cancer, make sure your doors are not blocked. They're specifically showing me that. Your front door, your back door, your side door, your balcony door, I don't know, your porch door. Make sure they are not blocked. Clear the clutter away from your doors, sweep the stairs off, sweep, vacuum, whatever, and let that energy come find you, Cancer. I think that's clearly important because they are showing that to me. Yeah, definitely. Even windowsills too. Windowsills, they're showing me. Dust them. Just take a duster, dust them. You know, welcome in that energy. Utilize crystals and rocks and things like that. You know, I know I'm getting specific here, but that's what they're showing me, Cancer. 2nd house is also your skills, your talents, your abilities, Cancer. So anything you want to learn new, again, whether you're working or not, dive into something new, learn a new technology, upgrade your computer. Again, Mars in here can help you get rid of stuff, but also buy new things that you need. But again, this energy is impulsive, Cancer, Leo, Mars, impulsive. So just, I'm not worried about you. You are a sign that I think you do take a gut check versus, say, you know, some of the other energies that are around you, the other signs that are around you. So just make sure you actually need that thing before you bring it into the house is what I'm trying to get at. Otherwise, Cancer, enjoy the month ahead, and we'll see you back here in June. Bye for now. Hey Leo, let's talk about May and where I think your focus is going to be for the month ahead. But before I forget, if you want to learn more about Saturn and Neptune in Aries in your 9th house, check out the links in the description box below, my friends. Because these videos, these month ahead videos, I focus more on the personal transits and the new and full moons, and I make separate videos about the heavy hitters because they need that stage. They deserve it. There's so much potent energy in the sky, as I'm sure you know if you watch astrology stuff on YouTube land here, Leo. But anyway, check that out if you're interested, because I'm not really going to touch on it in this video. But Leo, let's start with the sun. So the sun is still upstairs in your 10th house, along with Mercury and along with Uranus. So keep Uranus at the back of your skull this month, Leo. I usually don't talk about Uranus, again, usually don't talk about the heavy hitters unless they're involved with one of the luminaries this month. Or, I mean, in the months that I do these videos, I should say. So expect the unexpected this month, Leo. And at the top of your sky, this could be some drastic, rapid change coming down the pipe for you this month. But again, this could really ripple out to any time in 2025 and 2026, because as I'm saying that, they're showing me, Stacy, there's more change coming down the pipe. So yes, thank you, universe, for reminding me. Anyway, so the sun at the top of your sky, Leo, focuses on career. Now, for those of you that aren't working, that do not work, stay-at-home parent, retired, whatever the case is, apply this to your circumstance, okay? Because the 10th house, yes, it's a big career house, but it's also about your status, what you're known for, okay? Do you paint houses? Do you walk dogs? Do you hit the racetrack? Do you, I don't know, whatever. You fill in the blank, Leo. Do you watch the grandkids, right? This is about what you're known for. out there in the big wide world. So Leo, focus on work, focus on career, maybe focus on retirement, because it is, if your true midheaven goes through Taurus, Leo, this could ripple down to your 4th house of home, family, foundation, which we'll get to because you do have a full moon there this month. Now once also, sorry, let me back up here. The sun in the 10th house could also highlight something to do with you as a parent. You as a parent, your parents, mother, father, authority figures, your grandparents, maybe even something to do with your kids. I'm going to throw that in there as well, because you do have activations in your 4th house this month as well. So it might not be about your career. It could be about your parents or your grandparents or bosses or authority figures, or you as a leader or an authority figure, Leo. Now, once the sun moves into Gemini, this is making opportunity aspects to your sign, by the way. Anything moving into the 11th house of gains usually benefits you in some way, shape, or form, Leo. It's a very social butterfly house, which I hope you've been experiencing over the past year with Jupiter in this area of life, expanding your social media presence, expanding your social media knowledge or your internet knowledge or your networking, or rubbing shoulders with like-minded people, meeting new people, meeting new friendship circles, meeting new groups, associations, clubs, you know, professional, personal affiliations, Leo. And keep this in mind as I'm rambling this off, by the way, because you have a new moon in this area of life as well. But what I, excuse me, what I mean is once the sun moves in here, extra focus, extra oomph is going to be in this area of life as well. Now, the 11th house is also about older siblings, Leo. Keep that in mind. An older sibling might have a new beginning this month. Maybe, possibly, okay? It probably won't resonate with all of you. Friendship circles, community, your role within these friendship circles, associations, networks, whatever you want to call it. The 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your commitments, your long-term commitments. This is the house of the future. This is the house of what lights you up, what lifts you up, Leo. So with all that said, that's going to be, I think, some of your focus this month. So 10th house, 11th house stuff. Now, going back to your 11th house, your Gemini house. This is the house that Jupiter has been in since middle of last year. There's a new beginning here, my friends. And I love this for you, Leo, because it's making harmonious aspects to you. If you have any planets, placements, points around 6 degrees of Leo, this is going to hit you personally, give or take a few degrees on either side. You're going to feel this. Expect the unexpected with this new moon and the full moon this month, because Uranus is involved, Mercury is involved. We have, who else do we have involved? Pluto is involved in your relationship sector, recently in your relationship sector. Saturn and Neptune are also close by in your 9th house of religion, spirituality, educational pursuits, foreign lands, foreign cultures, teaching, publishing, book writing. I could go on and on here. So this is really a packed new moon, Leo. Like, it is activating so many houses for each and every one of us. It really could be anything, any new beginning that you start right now. They're showing me seeds of intention are being planted, whether we realize it or not. So if you want to intentionally set these new moon wishes, Leo, this is also a lucky house, by the way. And Jupiter in here hopefully has made you a little bit more lucky or beneficial in this respective area of life. So keep in mind the 26th of May, give or take a day or two, depending on where you are on the planet, Leo. Okay, now let's jump to that full moon, because this full moon is activating your big angles, Leo. Again, if your true career line goes through Taurus and if your true home line goes through Scorpio. Regardless, I think you're all going to feel this anyway. Full moon in the 4th house. This is about home, family, foundation, mother, father figures, you as a parent, as I mentioned. It also has a connection to that 10th house. could have something to do with career developments, could have something to do with new jobs, new opportunities coming your way, because this is an ending and culmination point, either on the home front or either in the career sector. Could have a connection to a relationship, whether this is in love or business or friendships or a contract or an agreement or a negotiation piece. Leo, this could have something to do with retirement or the past, or planning for retirement, or again, planning for the future, Leo. And this full moon is making an incredible aspect to the North Node. When the nodes of fate are involved, Leo, again, it has that flavor of Uranus, expect the unexpected. So this full moon is opposing Uranus. So there could be some rapid developments in the career sector, rapid developments on the home front, rapid developments with one of your parents, rapid developments with you as a parent, Leo. Maybe some of you are becoming a parent. Or this could have something to do with your kids as well. Usually that's the 5th house, but I'm going to throw in your kids there as well, because it's whoever we live with. It's our local home vicinity. There could be some sort of ending or culmination point here, Leo. So you see what I mean? I know I've been rambling off so many different things, but it really could touch multiple areas of life when we have, especially a full moon, an ending in a big angle, like an angular house for us, Leo. Okay, let's see. This could have something to do with financial matters too, like mortgages, debts, loans, taxes, shared assets, shared property. Yeah, could have something to do with that too. And again, I'm seeing multiple signatures just in this general chart. Just in this belly button chart here is letting go of a job, letting go of material possessions, letting go of shit that you don't need anymore, Leo. Because think of it this way, you let go of the old, the new is going to show up. The universe, they're showing me the universe is waiting for you to make a decision, Leo. Once you make that decision, I think you'd be surprised what comes your way. So I'm just gonna kind of leave it at that. Let's talk about Venus. So we're going to go back upstairs to your 9th house. So this is where Venus was going back and forth in this area of life. So the 9th house is a very potent, powerful house. It's the house of the gods. It's the house of, you're going to hear me repeat myself here, religion, spirituality, learning something new, educational pursuits, going back to school. If you're a teacher, a mentor, a trainer, a coach, a writer, a book publisher, Venus upstairs here is phenomenal, Leo. I also think a lot of Leos out there are going to be writing a book, are going to be blogging, vlogging, whatever you call it, are going to be traveling the world and recording it somehow. Like they're showing me recording. So like voice or pen or paper or laptop or tablet or whatever. Yeah, this is incredible energy coming in for all the Leos. I am so excited about Leos need this. Leos so need this right now. I know I'm a Leo sun, so I'm right there with you, my friends. Anyway, Venus here is all about gains and love and beauty coming in from this 9th house. For those of you that are single, Leo, it could be meeting someone special at a distance, possibly. For those of you connected Leos, I would highly recommend to take a trip. Local or international, bring that fire back, bring the spice back. As I mentioned earlier in the video, excellent month ahead for relationships and sexual relationships. You're going to be able to bring the sexy back, Leo. With Mars in your sign, bringing in that passion, the purpose, the ambition, the willfulness. This is a very willful, purposeful position for Mars in Leo, especially for those of you that also have Mars in Leo, a very like driven energy coming through. So take advantage of this energy with Mars coming through this sign. Use it however you want, Leo. Use Mars however you want, Leo. So if you want to channel it into love, if you want to channel it into sexual expression, if you want to channel it into the arts, into drama, into flair, into passion projects, creativity projects, children, working with children, or if you have children, anything you want, Leo. Changing up your style. This is about you. The first house, Mars in the first house, is about changing up your style as well. Because Mars also rules like needles and things like that. So I can see some of you getting some treatments on the face, like peels or what do you call that? Mycoderm abrasion, whatever, diamond tip abrasion or whatever you call that. Yeah, I know, I'm not one for words, that's for sure. But yeah, that's what they're showing me, like needles in the face, Botox, Juvederm, all that stuff, right? But yeah, be careful though, Leo. You know, here I am talking about it, but I mean, please be careful. You do you, my friends, because again, I don't have your personal birth chart sitting in front of me. So I would ask you, please watch what Mars is squaring in your birth chart, okay? Plus keep in mind, Mars is opposing Pluto too. That energy is with us until Mars finally kicks off away from Pluto. So keep that in mind. But my point is, anything to do with foreign lands, foreign cultures, anything at a distance, finding love at a distance could be a possibility. Romantic getaways, writing, like all the stuff I rambled off there. Whatever you want, dive into that kind of stuff, if any of that resonates with you. Mars rules your fourth house, so this could have something to do with home projects, renovating the home, again, getting rid of clutter, getting rid of junk. Mars being in your 12th house for such a long time, Leo, yeah, purge, get rid of shit. Get rid of shit. Like Leo, again, if you're on the fence about something to do with your home or something to do with, again, that a ninth house matter that I rambled off there, because Mars also rules your 9th house of Aries. So decisions need to be made here, Leo. Otherwise, you know, you're going to be a powerful force this month, Leo, because of Mars in your sign. So be mindful of how you come off. I'm just going to throw that out there. Because again, Mars is like a sharp edge, like a sword. Okay. So use your power wisely, I'm going to say. And I know some of you are probably rolling your eyes right now because I can feel it. You're like, oh, whatever. But honestly, you guys, like it's Leo's a very powerful sign, especially if you have a stellium in here, you know, not just your rising or your sun or your moon. It's well, if it's your moon, it's a little bit different. You're a different kind of Leo, or a type of Leo, because then there's deacons too, right? There's the physical deacon, there's the spiritual deacon as well. So there's different deacons that we can also bring to the table. But Mars, like I said, makes you very willful. So use it wisely, my friends, especially if you're a leader or in a leadership type position, or if you're like the head of the household. I feel like I'm back in the 1940s here talking like that. But you know what I mean? Just use your power wisely, especially with Pluto opposing you for the next 20 years. This is definitely going to power you up from a relationship standpoint as well, Leo. So, and find a physical outlet for this energy. Could be sex, could be getting hot and heavy between the sheets with someone, whether you're connected or dating, or physical, like get it out of your, sweat it out, run it out, jog it out, walk it out. You do you, Leo. Just, you know, get it out of your body if you feel kind of like, ugh. If you feel hot and heavy under the collar, so to speak. Yeah, move the energy out of your body. So, okay, my friends, we will talk to you next month. Enjoy the month of May. Bye for now. Hey, Virgo, let's talk about the month of May and where I think your focus could be for the month ahead. Just a reminder, Saturn moving into Aries and Neptune moving into Aries. I made separate videos down below because they deserve a special stage, my friends. There's no way I could cover off that type of energy in this short snapper video. The month ahead videos I like to make personal. I talk about the moons, the luminary, the sun, the personal planets. That's it. The bigger heavy hitters, check out all the links down below to learn more about all these brand new energies moving into brand new territory. Okay, Virgo, let's first start with the sun. So the sun is lighting up your 9th house still. So this is all about foreign lands, foreign cultures, foreign shores, anything or anyone at a distance from you is covered off in the 9th house. So including long distance trips, long distance traveling, and people far away from you as well. Actually, with Mercury in here, you could actually hear from people from overseas or all over the world or all over the planet, whatever the case may be, especially once the Sun and Mercury come into connection with Uranus there. So it could be about a global audience versus a local audience, but Mercury also brings in the angle of a local audience as well, not to confuse you. 9th house is all about the gods. So for those of you into channeling and downloads and meditation and all that cool stuff, you could get some wicked downloads this month, my friends. So I would recommend to take advantage of this energy, but not everyone is into that kind of stuff. 9th house is also about book publishing, writing, blogging, vlogging, whatever you want to call it. 9th house is educational pursuits. I just specifically heard learning a new language. Okay, so maybe some of you are learning a new language, but I'm also seeing symbols. So maybe some of you are learning the language of astrology or astronomy or ancient Egyptian glyphs or whatever those things are called, you guys. Like, I know I'm not well with words here, but they're showing me symbols. Okay, so maybe some of you are learning some sort of ancient language or ancient script, they're showing me as well. But anyway, that's definitely a 9th house thing as well. So yeah, I kind of feel heavy too, Virgo, you know, so maybe maybe you've been feeling kind of heavy or a lot of weight on your shoulders this month or last month. But what I was just about to say was once the Sun moves into Gemini, I feel an instant lift for you, my friends, which I do love. Even though this energy is squaring your Virgo planets, placements, points, I still think this is going to be like a breath of fresh air with Gemini being an air sign. So maybe there's been just a little bit too much dense energy. Yeah, you know what I just realized? I bet you that it's Neptune and Saturn in your 8th house. That can feel heavy too. I don't think it's a bad thing. I personally just went through this and I survived. But it is heavy. It weighs heavy on the psyche as well. So anyway, check out my other videos to learn more about that. I'll come back to that in a second. But once the Sun moves into your 10th house, this is all about the spotlights on you, Virgo. So your business, your work, your job, your career. If you don't work, what do you do on a 9 to 5? What do you do on a day-to-day basis? This could be about retirement because it could ripple down into your 4th house of home, family, foundation, retirement. But this is about you, Virgo, and you being in the spotlight some way, shape, or form. You challenging yourself, thinking outside the box. Status could be coming in here as well. So what I mean by that is you could be known for doing X, Y, Z, and now you're moving into A, B, C, so to speak. You fill in the blanks. Status is also about, like, I'm married, I'm single, I'm common law, I'm in a complicated relationship. Like, that's status as well. By the way, I'm not saying all of you are going to get divorced. That's not what I mean. But status is status, right? Status could be connected to our jobs, where we live, who we're married to, who we're connected to, whatever the case may be. Our business, right? A lot of us are known for what we do, you know, which kind of drives me nuts, but it is what it is. 10th house is long-term commitments, long-term goals, the legacy you want to leave behind, Virgo. Bosses, authority figures, you as a boss, you as a leader, if you are a boss or a leader. This could also be about parenthood, you as a parent, your parents in general, mother, father, authority figures, or again, anyone in authority, right? So this could be a boss, a CEO, an elder, things like that too, Virgo, could be top of mind this month. So 9th house, 10th, kind of a busy month ahead for you, Virgo, I'm going to say, because again, I feel kind of a heaviness about me now when I came to your sign. So I'm not really sure what that is, besides perhaps having a loaded 8th house, which can definitely feel heavy. But you guys, it's not the end of the world, my friends, okay? Again, I just went through this. It's fine. Whatever. Shit happens. Like, you'll move through it, my friends. Like, and I know some of you, that's going to drive you nuts, me saying that, but it's true. It's like, it's your mindset. It's how you want to look at this, right? And there's no Debbie Downer with these planets moving through a financial house. If you put in the work, trust me, you're going to be building on a solid foundation if you work with all this energy in your 8th house. Okay, so speaking of your 10th house, I'm going to go back here. I want to talk about that new moon in Gemini. So all that stuff I rambled off about your 10th house, there's a new beginning here. There's a brand new beginning here. Expect the unexpected with this new moon because it's close to Uranus. It's close to Mercury. What else is it close to? It's making a trine to Pluto, newly in your 6th house. And it's also close to Neptune and Saturn as well. So this new moon packs a punch. And lucky you, Virgo, you get this at the top of your sky of status, of career, of reputation, of what you want to be known for, of the life you want to build, of the legacy you want to leave behind. Or again, if you're not working, is this about planning for retirement? Is this about planning for the future? Is this about setting yourself up for success so you can retire? You know, maybe something to do with your parents, your children, your home life, your living circumstances. You as a parent, Virgo, as well. Some of you, this could be about a pet. You know, a parent to a pet. We're parents to our pets. You know, so for those of you that don't have kids, it could be about welcoming a new pet into your vicinity, into your environment. Actually, I think if you do, it's going to be life-changing, by the way, Virgo. I'm just going to throw that out there. But you have lots of time to take advantage of this energy because I'm just looking at Pluto in your 6th house. Because I'm feeling a karmic connection to a pet is what I probably should have said. Okay, so that's a brand new beginning at the top of your sky. So lucky you guys, you know. So that's on the 26th, give or take a day or two, depending on where you're on the planet. And then at the bottom of your sky, you have a full moon in Scorpio at 22 degrees. So Virgo, this is an ending. This is a culmination point. The 9th house that I rambled off earlier could have something to do with that. Foreign lands, foreign cultures, people at a distance, long distance tripping around, traveling, educational pursuits, book publishing, book writing, getting your word to a larger, wider audience. This is the house of the gods. Full moon in the 3rd house is going to light up both axes. So that's what I'm talking about. And this is an ending, a culmination point. For some of you, this is like a final, like a launch of something, right? I don't know if it's a website, a book, a writing project or something you're doing. Yeah, there's a big connection here to that 9th house for some of you, not all of you. Now, the 3rd house is very, very, very busy. But this is local. So like you're mixing local with international. So you're getting the best of both worlds, I think, Virgo, at this full moon at the bottom of your sky. So 3rd house is about the mind. It's how you digest information. It's how you chew on information. It's how you talk to yourself too, Virgo. So gut check yourself on that, because I know Virgos can be very critical and very hard on themselves. I'm not saying the other signs aren't like that, but you can be, Virgo. I'm just going to throw it out there. So start talking nicer to yourself. Okay, put up those little post-it notes, my friends. Like put up those little thingies all over your mirror or whatever, bathroom, bedroom, and yeah, start talking nice to yourself, my friends. Anyway, I don't want to preach about that. I always get preachy with Virgo, and I don't know why. 3rd house, let's go back to that. Communication, technology, your local vicinity, your local environment. Maybe some of you are getting a new vehicle. It's time to upgrade your transportation. Maybe time to get a new vehicle before those tariffs come in. I'm in Canada, so it's like, whew, thank God I bought a vehicle last year. That's all I'm going to say. Oh my God. Yes, I had an eclipse in the 3rd house and I saw this coming. I'm like, let's go. So maybe it has something to do with how you get around. It might not be a vehicle, but it could be a new pair of shoes, new pair of sneakers, a new bike, a new e-bike or something along those lines, a new way to get into work. Could be something as simple as that too, Virgo. What else? Cousins, siblings, neighbors, your neighborhood, your relatives, social media, the internet. And this is short distance traveling. So see what I mean? Like both areas of, it could be about short distance, your local environment, or international stuff, or reaching a higher, wider audience. Because again, this is a social media house, Virgo. So yeah, the luminaries pack a punch this month. Plus, to me, in a good way, by the way, like, you know, might as well just add more change to the pile, Virgo, right? Might as well. We're in multiple years of change here, so we got to just roll with it and get used to it. That's what the retrogrades are for, by the way. The retrogrades are a blessing because we integrate these energies into our physical, dense bodies before they go direct again. So thank God for the retrogrades. Pluto's going retrograde this month, not a bad thing. But all the other planets are direct. So speaking of that, Virgo, if you have any launches, big media platforms, or marketing splashes that you want to do, now's the time. Get her done. Get her done, Virgo. Put yourself out there, whether you own a business, run a business, side hustle, social media. Again, the book publishing, writing stuff is coming in strong too. So whatever this is, get it out there. You're blogging, vlogging, whatever. Get it out there, Virgo, or try or start this month. Also, some of you start up social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, I don't know, LinkedIn, all those platforms. Try to utilize one of them. Start with one and then go from there. And don't overcomplicate it, Virgo. Just go simple, okay? I didn't know what the hell I was doing when I started my YouTube channel back in 2021, right? It's a labor of love, okay? So just one step at a time, and you'll grow into it. You'll find your footing. I'm certainly not a pro at it, but I do my best to show up every month and do the best I can do. That's all I can offer, you know? So just think of it that way, Virgo. Okay. Venus, let's go back to Venus. Venus for you is in an 8th house, a financial house, I should say. No, it is an 8th house, but it's a financial house. So keep in mind, Venus was going back and forth here for quite some time, for about 3 months. As I mentioned earlier in the video, Virgo, this could be about making a decision, finalizing something, getting off that fence and saying, okay, I'm going to take this path. I'm going to go this route. I'm going to work on this on the back end. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get my business up and running. I'm going to, you fill in the blank, right? There's definitely a financial tie here because Mars rules your 8th house of shared money, shared resources that you share with somebody else, someone you're in business with, somebody you're in bed with, a family member, a friend, whatever the case may be. This is shared assets, property, resources. Again, a very deep psychological, intimate house as well. Yeah, Virgo, I'm going to throw it out there. If I haven't already said this, sex is on fire this month, okay? All systems go. Passion, purpose, ambition, new, fresh energy. Love is a battlefield type of energy is coming in here this month with Mars in a fire sign and Venus in a fire sign. So if you're in a relationship there, Virgo, take advantage of this energy if you want. If you're single, I would recommend you can put yourself out there. I think you could find someone, you could find a sexual partner. They're showing me, for some of you, it could be surface level, which is fine. I'm not here to judge. And then for some of you, it could go deeper. Like if you are with a partner, intimacy is what they're saying. Intimacy. It's not fluffy bunny stuff, right? You're getting deep and intense with your partner, and it's more than just sex, right? But anyway, the energy is there. So I just want to throw it out there for you folks that want to spice it up between the sheets. It's all systems go. Also, Virgo, I'm going to throw it out there. I can also see you having sex with someone behind the scenes, okay? I'm not saying don't go screaming down the hallway now to your partner like, oh my God, you're cheating on me. No, 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 no. Okay, I'm just saying the signature is there, okay? I would have to see your personal birth chart. But Mars in the 12th house is like doing something in secret. And then Venus is helping that, right? So this could be a romance. This could be dating someone in secret. This could be drinking in secret. This could be alcoholism in secret, boozing it up, smoking it up. What, you know, pick your poison, Virgo, okay? So I just want to throw that out there too. I don't mean to upset you. Again, take what resonates and leave the rest. The energy is there. The energy is there. Okay. Whenever I see this with my clients too, I say the same thing. But again, it's their personal birth chart. So, I mean, different scenarios there, but the energy is there. I would encourage you to channel this into passion projects, my friends. Mars in the 12th house is also going to get you into a good sleep routine. It could be tough getting a good night's sleep with Mars in the 12th house, because I just went through this myself and it sucked. But guess what? It got me into a better sleep routine. And at the end, I was fine, right? It makes you more aware of sleep and rest and solitude and downtime. It also gives you the passion, the motivation, the drive to work on something behind the scenes as well. This is also about cutting, ending, severing, clearing out the clutter, Virgo. Like, get rid of crap that you don't need, because guess what? Then new energy can find you. So start with one room and go from there. Mars is going to help you. Again, this is all about letting go. And when Mars comes through here, he's slicing and dicing, okay? For your highest good, Virgo. Get rid of crap. Don't inherit more crap. That's going to happen when Mars goes into your second house. Get rid of things, right? I mean, Venus in your 8th house could be about spending the money too, right? But this is about spending money together as a couple. Could be about mortgages and debts and loans and finances and refinancing and resources and consolidating debt and blah, 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 blah. But Venus here, I'm hoping, will line your pockets or your partner's pockets. Because if your partner's pockets get lined, then your pockets get lined, Virgo. That's if you're connected, again, to somebody through business, love, friends, whatever, however you utilize this energy. But otherwise, Virgo, I think it's a fantastic month ahead for all of us. Again, these luminaries pack a punch. Fate, fortune, destiny is wrapped up into these luminaries. But again, this is a longer story they're showing me. It might not happen overnight, but we're just getting a flavor of it possibly this month. So Virgo, enjoy the month ahead, and we'll see you back here in June. Bye for now. Hey Libra, welcome to May. Let's talk about where I think your focus will be for the month ahead. Now, before I dive into that, just a quick note of Saturn moving into your 7th house and Neptune moving into your 7th house. So I made separate videos about the heavy hitters moving into brand new territory. Down in the description box below, you can find the links, because yes, they deserve their own videos where I dive into way more information. I dive into the cycles and I dive into the possibilities for each and every one of you. So these videos, my month-to-month videos, I more so like focusing on the personal stuff. So the luminaries, the sun, the new moon, the full moon, and Venus and Mars. So that's what we'll dive into for the month ahead here, Libra. So let's start with the sun. The sun continues to light up your 8th house, Libra. So this is all about shared assets, shared resources, shared property. So it's anything to do with your connection with another person from a financial matter. This could even be your connection to financial institutions, right? Your employer, your job, how money flows into your pocket. So whether you're working or not working, do you get disability checks? Do you get government checks? Do you get pension? Do you get RSP payments? Do you get 401? Do you pull from your 401k? Do you get money from a side hustle? Do you get money from your spouse? Do you get money from whoever, right? Your parents, like whoever supports you, right, Libra? So that's the 8th house from a material standpoint, but the 8th house is also deep, intense psychological revision. 8th house is also fear, power, control, could be coming to the surface as well. So the sun in here illuminates that. So if any of that has been present, say since the last time the sun was in here, which would have been a year ago, this is about putting a spotlight on that, shining a spotlight on that, Libra, and bringing it to your attention, bringing it to your awareness. Also, you might have stuff bubbling up from the past. They're also showing that to me as well. if you find that these weird things are popping into your head and you're like, man, what, you know, from childhood, from when you were a teenager, from past relationships, and you're like, man, where did that come from? That's all the energy in your 8th house, and also Uranus being activated as well. Mercury in there as well. Mercury is the mind, your thought process. So Libra, don't be surprised if you're kind of like, you feel like you're in the weeds and you're in the dark and you're like, you feel the cobwebs on your face, but you can't quite pull them away. That's kind of what they're showing me and making me feel like. So that's kind of the deep dive in the 8th house. I know, kind of heavy stuff. It is what it is. This too shall pass. Libra. Now, once the sun though moves into Gemini, you're going to get a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air. There we go. Because this is a fellow air sign. And this is going to just light you up from the inside out, Libra. I'm hoping anyway. This is the house of the gods. This is the house of spirituality. This is the house of belief systems. This is about reaching a higher, wider audience. So hint, hint, nudge, nudge. For those of you that have social media platforms or a social media presence or a business, marketing would be phenomenal this month, especially once Mercury and the sun move into Gemini later on in the month. I think it could be incredible for you, Libra. So I'm just going to throw that out there. But energy could be focused on educational pursuits or thoughts of going back to school. Legal matters, legal battles you could be going through. I mean, with Jupiter here though, Jupiter here will hopefully give you a beneficial outcome. I'm going to put it that way because I would need to see your personal birth chart to look at outcomes. But with Jupiter up here in general, should be helpful for those of you that are going through legal stuff. I'll just leave it at that, or something to do with the justice system. What else? This is the 9th house. I think I mentioned this, reaching a higher, wider audience. Anything to do with foreign lands, foreign shores, foreign cultures, people at a distance from you, international matters, citizenship, paperwork, immigration, anything like that. And this is pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, Libra. So that's where I think some of your focus will be for the month ahead, is in your 8th house, 9th house. Now, all the stuff I rambled off there with the 9th house matters. You have a new moon in here at the end of the month. So I'm going to jump ahead to the end of the month here, on or around the 26th of May, Libra. You have a brand new beginning here at 6 degrees. If you have anything around 6 degrees of Libra, this is going to add in another layer. So if your sun is at 6 degrees, this is about your career or your status or your reputation or what you're known for, your life force, your vitality, or it could have something to do with male figures or father figures in your life as well, Libra, just to kind of give you an example of if your sun is or around 6 degrees. This new moon, new beginning is, it just, the luminaries this month, Libra, they pack a punch. They pack a spiritual punch because so many planets are involved with the luminaries. So with the new moon, we have it making a wonderful aspect to Pluto down in your 5th house of romance, of dating, of self-expression, of children, of creativity. For you, I'm also hearing balance, so I'll throw that in there as well. This new moon is making a wide conjunction to Uranus and Mercury as well. So expect the unexpected when it comes to communication on the financial front. Again, how do resources come to you? How does money come to you and line your pockets, Libra? Or this could be quite literally communication coming in from foreign shores, foreign lands, something to do with educational pursuits or writing projects or publishing or writing, or again, social media, something that you're trying to put out there on a platform could be possible as well, Libra. What else was I looking at here? Yes, and this new moon is also making a wide opportunity aspect to Saturn and Neptune, newly in your 7th house of relationships, Libra. So this could be about quite literally a relationship, whether a love relationship, current, past, present, future, or something to do with contracts, agreements, negotiations. Now, when I say partnership, though, it's not all about love. It could be business, it could be friends, it could be memberships or associations that you affiliate with, or with anyone you sign on the dotted line with, right? This is contracts, agreements, negotiations, or even marriage. Could be possibly coming in around this new moon. Now, I'm not saying all of you are going to get married, but again, there's a flavor here of all this heavy energy of commitments in your 7th house that's making an aspect up to this 9th house brand new beginning for you, Libra. Now, the full moon in Scorpio down in your 2nd house, again, shining a spotlight on your financial axis, Libra. So this is about your finances or resources, or again, somebody else's finances or resources, or shared property, or shared mortgage, shared assets, shared bank accounts, shared retirement funds, shared whatever, material possessions. This could be about your work, Libra. And again, if you're not working, apply this to your circumstance. It might have something to do with financial matters. But if you're not working, I would challenge you, Libra, to put yourself out there and contribute to society if you're able to. Okay, I don't know everyone's circumstance or situation, but put yourself out there if you're looking to, again, network, volunteer work, rub shoulders with like-minded people, have a fresh new beginning in this area of life. Your skills, your talents, your abilities is also highlighted here at this full moon too, Libra. So if you're thinking of upgrading, again, lots of energy in that educational sector up in your 9th house. This could be about where rubber hits the road, Libra, and you are learning something new, diving into passion projects, or again, just upgrading your skill set that you're going to take with you and that will benefit you. But this is about learning something new that you can benefit from in the long term. It could even be about learning about investments, learning about finances, learning about how to budget, Libra. Simple things like that could be coming up as well. But again, this full moon is making a beautiful aspect to the North Node and the South Node. So again, Libra, work is being heavily highlighted here. Or again, how are you being of service to the planet? If you're not working, how are you being of service to something or someone? This could be about a pet. This could be about taking care of a pet or anything to do with animals. Day-to-day duty and responsibility could be thrown in here as well, or even something to do with your health. I think some of you, from a dietary standpoint, maybe something needs to be released and let go of, because the 2nd house is also like the mouth, the teeth, the face. So it could be something that we need to stop consuming because it's not good for us. Could be something like that too, Libra. Again, take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm just throwing out examples here or possibilities. Also, this full moon is making a wide opposition to Uranus again. So see, Uranus is talking to both of these lunations this month. So again, expect the unexpected. This could be possibly, I'm thinking again, something to do with finances, resources, shared assets. I already talked about it. 8th house, 2nd house matters, right? Uranus is quick incoming energy when it comes to your financial situation, when it comes to financial circumstances, right? This could be an opportunity coming your way, or this could be an expense coming your way, because the 2nd house is spending money, right? 8th house could be mortgages, debts, loans, car loans, things like that, right? So maybe you finally get approved for a mortgage, or you finally get approved for, you fill in the blank, right? Because the 8th house is your connection to big banks or big financial institutions, Libra. Okay, let's move on to your ruler, Venus. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, excellent month, Libra. I'm just going to say it now. Excellent month for intimacy, sex, sexual relationships that you have with people. It's full on this month, my friends. Venus making a connection to Mars, Both of them are in fire signs. It's time to get hot and heavy between the sheets. And I think Libra, you'll love this. You got 7th house full of energy, full of partnership sector energy. Obviously, this is not for everyone. It depends on your personal situation. But Venus in the 7th house attracts, okay? So wherever Venus goes, she attracts in love and money and beauty and harmony. Venus is your ruler. So when she sits across the sky from you, this is usually a manifestation of some sorts. What exactly? Well, could be connected to another person, could be connected to work, could be connected to business, could be connected to marriage or marital agreements or a contract or an offer or a negotiation piece between you and somebody else, Libra. So again, think banking institutions, big banks, car loans, whatever the case may be. It's between a real estate agent, it's between you and another person here. Now, as I mentioned, if you are looking to date, Libra, it could be full on this month for those of you that are single and looking. With Venus in your 7th house and Mars in your 11th house, I'm going to say this person might come from a friendship circle. So reach out to your friends. Be like, hey, can we double date? Does your hubby or does your partner or does your wife know anyone? Can they connect me with anyone? It's about dating in your local vicinity or within social groups, social memberships. So clubs, unions, affiliations, associations, professional, personal networking. You could find love in those places, Libra. I'm just going to throw it out there. Also, you could find love at work as well. That's another possibility too. Or again, volunteering, offering up your services, whatever you do from a 9 to 5. Again, that's only for those of you that are interested. Another way to use this energy is to dive into passion projects, dive into creativity, dive into your business, dive into you fill in the blank, because Venus is your ruler, Libra, so this could really impact multiple areas of life. But Venus is not only your ruler, but she also rules your 8th house of finances, shared finances, which we talked about multiple times now. So it could be about that, could be about creativity, painting, art, beauty, again, whatever your jam is, Libra, whatever lights you up from the inside out. If it's social media, if it's networking, if it's, I mean, you are a social butterfly sign, Libra. You are the epitome of the relationship sign. So whether you're watching for Libra rising or sun, that's part of your purpose. Part of your purpose is to go from relationship to relationship to relationship. Again, when I say that, it could be in business, it could be in love, it could be with group affiliations or memberships, people that you surround yourself with, but you are here in this lifetime to connect with people. You're not here to sit in the house until you're 101 years old and pass away. Like you, I don't care what age you are. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Jupiter is asking you. The sun this month is asking you. The new moon is asking you this month to push yourself outside of your comfort zone, Libra. And that's where life is going to begin. That's what they're showing me. As soon as you step off your porch and you start moving the chessboard pieces around the table, life is going to light up like a Christmas tree for you. That's what they're showing me, is that's when life begins, is when we take one step outside of our comfort zone, my friends. Mars in the 11th house, though, I'm gonna mention this, is Mars is a double-edged sword. So I would recommend, if you need to cut away relationships that are no longer lifting you up, Libra, now is the time to do that with Mars in this area of life until middle of June. And don't feel bad about it. It is what it is. Friends come and go. People are meant to come and go in our lives, right? Or you could just distance yourself from them, okay? This could also be something to do with an older sibling. Maybe you need to distance yourself from a sibling or an older sibling or a relative. This could also be about cutting ties with long-term commitments and goals that are just not a fit anymore, Libra. You know, just not a fit. It's not it. You're not feeling it anymore. So again, cut and sever and start those new commitments and goals this month with that new moon upstairs in your ninth house, making a harmonious aspect into your planet's placements points, Libra. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a wonderful month ahead. Enjoy, Libra, and we'll see you back here in June. Bye for now. Hey, Scorpio, welcome to May. Let's talk about where I think your focus will be for the month ahead. Now, before I dive into that, just a reminder, Saturn moving into Aries and Neptune moving into Aries. I made separate videos about this because they deserve a separate stage, these big heavy hitters moving into brand new territory, Scorpio. So I'm not going to talk about it this month. These monthly videos, I focus on the personal planets, such as Mars and Venus and the new moon and the full moon and the sun and Mercury for that matter. So the heavy hitters, they always have a separate video on my YouTube channel. Check out the links below if you want to learn more about the new eclipse cycle we're in, Saturn moving into new territory, and also Neptune joining the party in your 6th house as well, Scorpio. Anyway, let's start with the sun. So the sun puts our energy and focus into 2 areas of life for the month ahead. Now for you, Scorpio, this is all about your 7th house and 8th house. So relationships, Scorpio. There might be some rapid developments with relationships this month, especially when Mercury and the sun come together for a connection with Uranus that's been in your 7th house since 2018, my friends. So Scorpio has your love life, has your work life. Again, when I say relationships, it means all walks of life, right? It's your relationship with your dog. It's your relationship with a parent, family, your siblings, relatives, love, marriage, work, you name it. You know, the 7th house isn't all about love. Yes, it's a marital house, but it's all walks of life, Scorpio. So I have no doubt you've been riding that roller coaster since 2018 with your relationships in general, my friends. But that is coming to a close. Slowly but surely, Uranus will move into your 8th house. I made a separate video about that. That'll be released, I don't know, June sometime. Anyway, the sun and Mercury is just putting your extra laser focus into these relationships, marital relationships, contracts, agreements, negotiations, Scorpio. So apply this to your circumstance. Again, relationships doesn't mean just love and marriage. It expands bigger than that. It casts a wider net, in my opinion anyway, when it comes to the 7th house. Now, once the sun moves into your 8th house, you're going to be lasered focused in on your finances and resources and shared assets with another person. So again, this could be someone who you share a bed with, so marriage or common law partner, or this could be in business, or if you and a sibling or a family member or a friend have shared property or assets or investments or resources, anyone you share a piggy bank with, this could be coming into focus this month as well. Plus you have a new moon here. So keep that in mind as I'm rambling on here about your 8th house, because you have a brand new beginning here. This could be about taxes, debts, loans, consolidating debt, mortgages coming through, mortgage approvals, loan approvals. Again, whether it's you or with another person, okay? There's you and another person involved here this month. 8th house is very deep and intense and psychological, Scorpio. It's actually your house. So this is your jam. And also Jupiter has been in here for the past year. So if the money side doesn't resonate with you, this might be about healing, psychological support, mental health support, things bubbling up from the past that you're like, oh God, I haven't thought about that in years. Why is this coming up now? That's the sun. That's Jupiter, by the way. I think you've had probably a whole year of this, Scorpio. Like your shadow side, your demons, your gremlins, whatever you want to call it, right? And I'm not saying, like, I hope people don't take this literal, but I hope you know what I mean, right? We all have demons. We all have a shadow side. We all have a shadow, right? So it could be about working on those, getting into a right state of mind, and not drowning out these voices with alcohol or sex, like a numbing. I'm feeling like maybe some of you are numbing that. You're numbing the pain of the past or of a relationship or where you're at right now or a financial matter, right? I'm not here to judge, by the way, Scorpio. I'm not here to judge. I'm helping to bring this to your awareness because the sun is also going to illuminate something that maybe you don't really want to look at. And it might be connected to a relationship, or it might be connected to a property matter or a financial situation, right? Or a loan, or a debt, or a Visa bill, or an Amex bill. And you're like, holy shitballs, I didn't know I was like that much in debt. I think I need to look at this, right? We all get that cringe when we get that Visa bill or Amex bill in the mail or in our inbox, right? We're just like, oh God, you know, it could be just something like that, Scorpio. So anyway, I could go on and on and on about this because the 8th house is very intense. It could also be about intimacy, your intimate relationships. Sex is definitely on the table this month, my friends. If you watch the beginning of my video, Mars in a fire sign, Venus in a fire sign, it's all about bringing the sex back. It's all about getting hot and heavy between the sheets, whether with your current partner or a new partner, or just reigniting the sexual spark and the drive in all of us, Scorpio, especially you, because your ruler has been retrograde for like 7 effing months. So, you know, I have no doubt you would have felt this, you know. Anyway, I'll come back to Mars in a second here at the top of your sky. Okay. So so you have a new beginning here in your 8th house that I already just gave you a long-winded example about. So I don't want to go through that again, but there's new beginnings here in a financial area of life. And the luminaries this month, Scorpio, they pack a punch. They pack a faded karmic punch. I love it. I personally love it. I know. Let's just add on more change and more change and more change because we haven't gone through enough change, Scorpio. I know that's probably what you're saying. But anyway, just get used to change. Change is here to stay. So we may as well just roll with it. Just cruise with it. Like just roll with it and, you know, buckle up and get our martinis ready and let's just give her. Like, I mean, it is what it is, Scorpio. Anyway, so new beginnings in a financial house. Full moon in your house. Sorry, go back to this new moon. That's what I was going to say. It's making a trine to Pluto, your other ruler, downstairs in your 4th house. Could be new beginnings on the home front. Very close to Mercury and Uranus. Again, we talked about the connection to your relationship sector, okay? New beginnings on the relationship front. Making opportunity aspects down in your work house with Saturn and Neptune. So weaving in something to do with work, being of service, whether you're working or not working. How are you being of service, Scorpio? Colleagues, work colleagues, co-workers, pets and animals could be covered in this house as well. So you see what I mean? This new moon is multi-layered and again, very faded karmic attachments to the new moon and the full moon this month. Now the full moon in your sign, think back to October, November of 2024. That's the last time we had a new moon in Scorpio. So something could be coming to light from that time. And this is an ending. This is a culmination point, Scorpio. And guess what? It's shining a spotlight right in your relationship sector. So does a relationship have to end? Does a relationship have to go? Does a contract have to go? A work agreement? A negotiation? Maybe a negotiation's back on the table. Maybe this has something to do with a home matter. Maybe this has something to do with a career matter. Maybe this has something to do with mother, father, authority figures in your life, or you as a parent, Scorpio. This could also be an ending, a culmination point, a next step of you as a parent. Could be about grandparents, elders. Like when a full moon is in our sign, Scorpio, it can, or I should say in the 1st house, it can ripple out to multiple areas of life. But the focus here is you and possibly another. And you fill in the blank on who that other person is. Is it a job? Is it a boss? Is it a career decision? Is it a lover? Is it a marriage? Is it a common law situation? Maybe some of you have been single for a long time and then now it's time to get into a relationship. That could be a possibility as well. So it could go either way, Scorpio. By the way, if you're happy and you're in a relationship, don't worry about it. It could be, again, something else. It's a connection with you and someone else then. But regardless, this full moon is making a trine to the North Node in your 5th house. This is about romance, dating, sexuality. This is about your children. This is about creative projects, creative outlets, entertainment, gambling. This is all about having a good time, Scorpio. And there is something that possibly needs to be let go of in the 11th house, because the full moon does give you an opportunity to possibly let something go in that area of life. For you, Scorpio, I'm picking up a goal. Some sort of long-term goal or commitment maybe needs to die and end in this area of life, so you can bring in new commitments, new goals, new adventures into that 5th house of fun and joy and pleasure and laughing and having a good time. Maybe Scorpio, it's about, yeah, you got to bring the joy back in your life. You got to bring the light back in your life, whatever that means to you, for you. Okay. Now, let's go back to Venus. Venus in your 6th house, I'm going to say it again. If you are single and looking, you could find love at work. I'm just going to put it out there. Wherever Venus goes, she attracts in love and money and beauty and harmony. So this is good for the workplace, actually, Scorpio. Really good for the workplace, especially if you're a boss or a manager or a supervisor, or people roll up under you, report into you. Really nice energy coming in. Even if you're just, you know, if you're none of those things and you just work for an employer, this is really nice energy coming in for the atmosphere, the environment, the culture of the business. For those of you with rental properties, this is really good energy coming in, lining your pockets when it comes to renters. Like you owning a house or an apartment building or something, renters, money coming at you. If you need to hire people to cut your lawn, clear out your gutters, I don't know, change up your shingles, get a new roof, whatever the case may be, this is also people working for you. So if you need to hire people to work for you on a personal level, like I said, I don't know, do house stuff, nice time to hire people. Also, if you're a manager or supervisor, excellent time to hire people. Absolutely, with Venus in the 6th house. Really nice energy for your pets as well. If your pet's been having a rough time lately, Venus in here will hopefully help smooth things over in this area of life. Also, Scorpio, I'm going to throw it out there. Sorry, I'm talking too much already. Promotions, bonuses, you know, asking for more money, asking for a raise could be on the table as well, because Mars is at the top of your sky too, and Mars and Venus are talking nice together. So I'm going to say go after a promotion, go after an executive role, go after a managerial role, go after a new job. Ask for the money though. Make sure you're getting paid what you're worth, Scorpio. And if you're not, my recommendation is bring it up this month. Bring it up this month sometime. You even have this energy into June a little bit as well. Because yeah, Venus will move into your 7th house, so which is really nice energy too. So yeah, make sure you're getting paid what you're worth, Scorpio. Now let's talk about Mars. Top of your sky. Mars has been going back and forth between your 9th house and your 10th house. So Scorpio, if I didn't already mention this, I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. It's time to jump off the fence and make a decision. It's time to make a decision. Your ruler has been going backwards for too long. He's back in a fire sign. It's like all systems go, rubber hits the road. Make a decision, Scorpio. This is up in your status house. This is a very public house, by the way, my friends. So this could be about you changing jobs. Wherever Mars goes, this is your ruler, by the way. Mars cuts and severs. He cuts away what is no longer needed, but he also gives us the passion, the motivation, the drive, the ambition, the purpose to go after what it is that we want. So I can see some Scorpios utilizing this as just changing a job, getting out of their current circumstance and finding a new job, which I think is very possible this month, or even next month with Venus moving into your 7th house of contracts, okay? Well, Mercury right now is in your 7th house of contracts. So that could be something coming in quite rapidly as well. But Mars at the top of your sky could be a job change, a career change, a status change. So what do I mean by that? You could go from single to common law, or common law to married, or married to single again. Now, please don't panic. If you're in a solid relationship, you guys, I'm not talking about that, okay? It means get between the sheets, get hot and heavy with your partner, you know, bring the spark back from that perspective. But for those of you, this could be a separation from a partner, especially with all this energy in the 8th house. Jupiter's been here for a while. Uranus is getting ready to move into the 8th house too. Mars is going to change your status, your marital status, right? Your single status. But Mars can also change your work status, right? Maybe you're known as a banker or a lawyer, and then you go into being your own business owner, selling, I don't know, sporting goods or something like that. That's just an example, Scorpio, but I hope you catch my drift. Mars at the top of your sky is very public. You could take advantage of this by making big sweeping changes, only if you want to though. Now, if that doesn't resonate, this could have something to do with retirement, moving into retirement, planning for retirement. Again, Mars gives you that laser focus, right? Saving for a rainy day. Being of service. Mars also rules your 6th house of being of service. So if you're not working, how are you being of service? I'm going to challenge you to put yourself out there, Scorpio, and there's got to be something you can contribute to the greater good, because Mars is asking you to move forward with something that you're passionate about. Just make sure you're passionate about it. You have to be passionate about it, right? Volunteering, animals, pets. Yeah, they're showing me you working with like sharp objects. So I don't know what that could be. It could be artistry, tattooing, working with needles. I don't know, things like that, Scorpio. But metal too. Yeah, working with metal, like sharp things. But anyway, Scorpio, I think you catch my drift, right? So could also be about your parents. Could also be you as a parent, by the way. You could be laying down the law at home. This kind of makes you a very passionate parent. Okay, this could make you a force to be reckoned with when it comes to you as a parent, or something to do with your parents as well, Scorpio. Otherwise, that's all I was going to chat about for the month ahead. It's going to be a fantastic month ahead, my friends. Yes, more change coming down the pipe, and we'll see you back here in June. Bye for now. Hey, Sagittarius, let's talk about where I think your focus is going to be for the month of May. Now, before I ramble off into that, just a reminder, my Saturn video is down below, along with my Neptune video is down below. Yes, Saturn is newly in your 5th house along with Neptune. I made separate videos about that because they deserve separate videos, because it's pretty rare when these certain planets change signs, right? So I want to give them their own stage. If you want to find out more, I'm not going to talk about it in this May ahead video. All my month ahead videos, I focus on the personal planets and the new moons and the full moons. And the heavy hitters, they get their own separate videos. So check that out down below. And also eclipse cycles as well. I have separate videos about that as well, if you're curious about the new areas of life that are going to be up for some change over the next, well, until 2027, basically. Okay, Sag, let's dive in here. The sun is lighting up your 6th house and your 7th house this month. So very busy energy with the sun illuminating a work house. Now, for those of you that don't work, this is about being of service. How are you being of service? Are you a stay-at-home parent? Do you volunteer? Do you walk dogs? Do you paint houses? Do you, I don't know, volunteer at a shelter or something like that? It's about being of service. And Mercury in here as well actually could help you bring forward some new opportunities or new chatter or new communication in this area of life as well. So it's a workhouse, being of service, pets, animals, your day-to-day busyness, habits, routines, also your health, Sag, could be in focus as well, or I should say continue to be in focus from last month to this month. Now, once the sun moves into your 7th house, this is your opposite sign. So this is going to be all about relationships. Now, keep in mind, whenever I say relationships, people automatically go to love. Yes, it could be marriage, could be love, could be focused on your partner or your partnership or your marriage, but it could also be business partnerships, work, family, colleagues. If you own a business, run a business, or if you have a side hustle, this could be your clients, your customers, especially if you're a Sagittarius rising. This is about contracts, agreements, and negotiations as well, Sag. So I think, you know, busy month ahead, and definitely the focus is going to be on another person or the other this month, Sag. Not so much about you, but it could be, okay? You do have a new moon in your 7th house as well. So I guess it depends on your living circumstances, right? But even if you are single and on your own, it could just put the focus on work or being of service or your pets or animals, like I mentioned. Okay, so that's where some of your focus is going to be. Now I'm going to jump to that new moon. Speaking of the new moon in Gemini at the end of the month, if you have anything around 6 degrees of Sag, this is also going to impact you personally. So for example, if your sun is at or around 6 degrees of Sag, this is going to add in an additional layer of your career, your life force, your vitality, your purpose, or male father-like figures in your life as well. Sag could be integrated with this brand new beginning that's starting up in your 7th house. Now, the luminaries this month are packing a punch, a spiritual punch. They are so fated and so destined. All the heavy hitters are involved in the sky, especially this new moon. It's close to Uranus, so expect the unexpected. It's close to Mercury, so there's going to be possibly communication, text messages, something coming out of the blue. Could be a possibility around this new moon, because it could be you, Sag, introducing this, or somebody else introducing this, because again, this is in your 7th house, a new beginning on the relationship front, on the business front, or on a contractual agreement front. Or for even those of you, maybe you want to negotiate a new salary or a bonus or promotion. Or again, if you're a business owner or a consultant, this is your client base as well. The 7th house usually represents your clients too, Sag. So again, this could come out in so many different ways. But the new moon also makes a trine to Pluto in your 3rd house of communication and the mind and transportation and social media. It's a very social butterfly type of house that Pluto will be, well, transforming for the next 18 years for you. But as you can see, this new moon has a lot of layers in it, a lot of layers. Also, Saturn and Neptune is even talking to this new moon as well. So bringing in an extra layer of creativity, spark, self-expression, children, grandchildren, working with youth, dealing with youth, romantic gestures, whether from a current partner or a new partner. This is romance and dating and self-expression. So also, yeah, sex is full on this month, Sag. The sexual drive is full on. Now that Venus is in a fire sign, Mars is in a fire sign. And yeah, Venus is in your house of romance and dating and bringing the spark back into a relationship or dating someone new. Excellent energy coming in for that as well. So new beginnings around the end of the month in your relationship or contractual agreement area of life. And let's jump to that full moon. It's in a hidden 12th house, but this amps up the dualities of endings. This is like, I'm hearing double endings for you, Sag. Now, a full moon illuminates both axes. So it's not only about the 12th house, it could be about the 6th house that we talked about. So work, being of service. Yeah, some of you are working in the spiritual field because I just keep hearing that. Spirituality stuff, metaphysical stuff. But anyway, being of service, pets, animals, busy day-to-day habits, routines, your health, again, is being highlighted this month. 12th house, again, endings and new beginnings, preparing for a brand new cycle, letting go of crap, Sag. You fill in the blank of what you want to let go of. Clear out the clutter. Once you do that, new energy is going to find you. Where is your time, your energy, your effort going to? This could be about solitude. This could be about going within. This could be about getting into a sleep habit, sleep routine, meditation, spirituality, your hidden gifts, talents, and abilities as well. Sag could be around this full moon. So I know they're loaded. Both of these luminaries are loaded because they're not only talking with the respective house they're in, but they're talking to the entire sky. So this full moon is also dusted with fate and fortune and destiny because it's making a connection to the North and South Node. North and South Node are in big areas of your life, your career, your home, your place of living, your family, your roots, your ancestry, retirement, mother, father figures, people that you live with, you as a parent. So I could go on and on and on, Sag. Like these luminaries this month, anything could happen. Because again, Uranus is involved, right? So it's like expect the unexpected this month when it comes to endings and new beginnings, whether you're initiating them, Sag, or you are responding to these changes that are coming down the pipe for you. Any new opportunities that are coming your way, Sag, I recommend take advantage of them. But again, you got to feel them. You got to feel them in your heart and your soul, right? Okay. So those are the luminaries. I want to jump to Venus now. I was kind of mentioning her a little bit earlier. Being in your 5th house, I love this. Keep in mind she was going back and forth in your 4th house, 5th house. So there could be a decision that needs to be made, especially with Mars and Mercury finally coming out of their retrograde, their shadow period. Decisions to be made, Sag. This is in your 5th house. So it could be about, again, romance, dating, self-expression, creative projects, creative outlets, something to do with your children or your grandchildren, something that lights you up from the inside out, something that lines your pockets. I'm thinking of like a side hustle or a business or something along those lines. Or this could have something to do with work, new projects, new endeavors, things that will benefit you, new work colleagues. Whether it depends on if you own a business, run a business, regardless, Venus is your ruler of the 6th house of people that work with you and for you if you're a business owner. Also, if you have rental properties or rental units, this could be beneficial as well. Or I forgot to mention that could be the focus this month with the Sun and Mercury in there as well. Relationships are on fire, Sag. So whether you're connected to someone or want to put yourself out there, it's full on this month. You could actually meet somebody at a distance. So I'm just going to put that out there. What else? This could be about new networking, new connections with local people in your local vicinity or international as well. Meeting new people from, like you have something in common. What do you call that? Like-minded people. There we go. There we go. Social circles, social groups and affiliations, because Venus also rules your 11th house as well. Could be new goals, new commitments. You making a commitment to a new person. You making a commitment to a new membership or a new group or a new, I'm hearing clan, C-L-A-N, clan. A new affiliation, whether it's personal or professional. So I love Venus in the 5th house, Sag. I love this for you. I love this for you. But again, if there was a decision you've been trying to make between 4th house, 5th house, again, this might have something to do with home, family, place of living, foundation, beautifying the home, renovating the home, moving in general, people that you live with, your children or grandchildren. You know, again, that might be coming back around to finally get off the fence and make a decision on something, Sag. Now, sorry, talking too much today already. Mars at the top of your sky. So Mars, again, back and forth between your 8th house and 9th house. 8th house is a shared finances, resources, assets, property house. Okay, so that probably was scratchy, I'm guessing, Sag. A little bit scratchy on the pocketbook, or maybe a bit annoying when it comes to your partner, possibly, whoever you're connected with, whether it's in business or in love or in marriage or friendship circles. You know, again, what were you contemplating way back in October, starting in October? What were you going back and forth on? Mars plunges into Leo, it's time to make a decision, whether it's regarding finances or resources, or the ninth house is loaded. This is about reaching a higher, wider audience. This is about learning something new, educational pursuits. This is about, could have something to do with your kids too. For you, I'm hearing something to do with, children. Ninth house is your belief systems. This is the house of the gods, after all. Going abroad, like connections to like foreign lands, foreign shores, foreign cultures, people that are different from you. If you are single and looking, like I said, I think you could meet somebody at a distance. I mean, they could be local as well, but I'm seeing the signature of this person could be at a distance, or this partnership could be at a distance, or something to do with reaching a higher, wider audience. Mars up here too is going to give you the passion, the motivation, drive, ambition to learn something new. So for those of you that are trying to get back to school or get back into an educational routine, or if you're a teacher, a mentor, a coach, you're going to be on fire this month in a good way, Sag, because you can laser in now and you're going to get your motivation back. Like you're going to get your power back, I feel like, because again, Mars is going to invigorate your placements. You got a big fire trine happening here in the sky as well. So if you've kind of lost your mojo and you're like, man, I don't know what happened to me the last 6 months. Well, now Mars finally moving on, you're going to get that pizzazz back. You're going to get that, what do you call it? Like you're the sign that gets up on a soapbox and preaches the word and brings joy and laughter. And, you know, Santa Claus, you're the sign of Santa Claus. I don't know if you've heard me say that before, but, you know, Sagittarius, you do represent the ninth house, which is spirituality, which is like Santa Claus, which is like God, the light, the universe, whatever you want to call it. So you're going to bring back that leadership quality in yourself, and you'll feel it, or I'm hoping you'll feel it. But yeah, very positive month ahead, I think. Again, it depends on how we use this energy. We always have free will. But yeah, and also Sag, your ruler is getting ready to move on to Cancer too. So I'll release that video, I think sometime in May. I'm going to release my Jupiter in Cancer video. So stay tuned for that. So your ruler is on the move, moving on and away from your 7th house into your 8th house. Again, a financial house, which is extremely beneficial for you and your partner, your business partner, love partner, whoever you are in business or in bed with, whoever you share bank accounts with, Sag. Benefits are coming your way. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So enjoy the month ahead, Sag, and we will see you back here in June. Bye for now. Hey Capricorn, let's talk about the month ahead and where I think your focus is going to be this month. But before I dive into that, check out the links in my description box below. I made separate videos about your ruler Saturn moving into brand new territory this month, and also Neptune moving into the bottom of your sky this month. So check out those separate videos. They definitely deserve a separate stage, a separate audience. Because yeah, once these heavy hitters move into new territory, it's very incredible. It's off the charts incredible how they shape our lives, Capricorn. So if you're curious, check that out in the description box below, because I won't be covering that off in this video. My month-to-month videos focus on the personal planets and also the new moon and the full moon for the month ahead. Okay, Capricorn, the sun is still in your 5th house of joy, of pleasure, of romance, of dating, of sex. By the way, that is on the table this month, my friends. So take advantage of that energy. As I mentioned at the beginning of the month, it's the sexual energy is incredible this month, with Mars moving into a fire sign, and same with Venus. So full on Capricorn, get hot and heavy, get dirty, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, you have all this energy in your 5th house too. Romance, dating, sexuality, pleasure, children, grandchildren. It's the 5th house I love the 5th house. It's all about where our passions and joy lies. If you're ever having a Debbie Downer day, Capricorn, look to your 5th house ruler, see what's happening, what's aspecting it in the sky. That'll give you a flavor of what exactly is going on when it comes to how can I bring back the joy and the balance and the fun and the romance in my life, so to speak. So that could be in focus. Or I think I didn't mention, if none of that resonates, this would be about side hustles, hobbies, diving into projects. Again, anything that lights you up from the inside out and brings you that joy, Capricorn. Excellent month, by the way, to spend time with your kids, your kiddos, if you have any kids or grandchildren. Now, Capricorn, once the sun moves into the 6th house, I feel like this is a heavier energy coming in. Even though it is like your 6th house is ruled by Gemini, which is more social butterfly, it is a lighter sign, but the 6th house it's busy. It's our day-to-day duties, responsibilities, running the kids here, running the kids there, work, being of service, being a business owner, people working for us, you working for an employer. Like, it's busy, busy, busy. It's our pets. It's taking care of our pets, putting our attention into our pets. So the 6th house is busy. You've had Jupiter in here too. So I have no doubt, Capricorn, has your head spun off at least once over the past year. I know mine has several times. Jupiter in the 6th house is incredible. It brings in blessings and opportunity for new work, but it can also make your head spin, right? Especially if you're a business owner, right? Anyway, I don't want to make it sound like a negative thing, but you know, moving from the 5th house into the 6th house, just different energy is what I'm trying to highlight here. So that's going to be the focus for the month ahead, is your 5th house, 6th house. Now, I'm going to jump to the new moon that's happening in your 6th house. So speaking of that busy, busy, busy house, there's a brand new beginning here, and it packs a punch. The luminaries pack a punch this month, Capricorn. It's this new moon is close to Uranus. It's close to Mercury. It's close to, it's making a trine to Pluto in another work house for you, Capricorn. It is making a connection to Saturn and Neptune, newly in your 4th house. So my point is, the luminaries this month are very layered. So yes, it's happening in the 6th house. So again, it could have something to do with a new health routine, health regime, new work, new clients, new business associates. If you have rental homes or rental units, there might be some changes coming in there. This is a new beginning in this area of life. Maybe some of you are getting a new pet as well. That could be a possibility too. But again, all these different layers. It could be something to do with the home. It could be something to do with your kids. It could be something to do with your family, your place of living. I just heard your place of worship. That's really interesting. I'll throw it out there. That must be for someone. What else here? Whatever this is, it might come in hot and heavy. It might or might not. It might be you, Capricorn, initiating these changes, because again, Uranus is in the mix with both luminaries. So it's always, what do I say? Expect the unexpected with Uranus, but also the eclipses as well, right? So it could be you initiating this change, Capricorn, or change coming in, and then you need to react or respond to it. Again, think about the workplace. Think about you being of service. Now, if you're not working, I would challenge you, Capricorn. How are you being of service? If you're able to contribute to society, how are you being of service? Because this is a brand new beginning of that. How you can contribute to the greater good. Dog walking, babysitting. If you're a retired corporate guru, can you spread your knowledge down to the new upcoming generation? Like, what is the, Capricorn, it's all about legacy. So what is the legacy that you want to leave behind? When you're gone and passed on, Capricorn, and return to the stars, you're going to look down on the planet. What is the legacy that you want to leave behind in general, right? What do you want to be known for? Do you want to set your kids up for success? Like, what do you want to do, Capricorn, with this energy? So yeah, very loaded new moon, as you can see. It's layer upon layer upon layer. Now, I'm going to jump to the full moon in Scorpio. That's happening at the middle of the month on the 12th, give or take a day or two. And again, shining a spotlight in that 5th house that we already covered. But it technically is in your 11th house. But yes, full moons are endings, culmination points in either area of life. Or again, if you have anything around 22 degrees of Capricorn, this is going to add in an additional layer. So if it's your sun at 22 degrees of Cap, this is something to do with father figures in your life force, your vitality, your purpose, your job, your career, your work, your status. So again, another layer here that could be added on with this full moon. But anyway, full moon in the 11th house, this could be an ending or a culmination point regarding an older sibling. So it might not even be about you, it could be about an older sibling or a sibling in general, a friendship circle, a friendship group, a personal or a professional association or affiliation that you have. This is about your networking circle, rubbing shoulders with like-minded people, your role within these groups as well, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your long-term commitments, your goals. This is the house of the future, Capricorn. So again, an ending, a culmination point here, maybe perhaps an adjustment. The full moon is also making a trine down to the North Node in your 3rd house. And also it's a stretch, but it's also making a contact, connection with Saturn and Neptune as well. It's a wide, like I'm widening up the angles here, but they're still there. They're still talking with each other in a conversation. So again, to add more layers, it could have something to do with home, family, foundation, your place of living, people that you live with, your kids, social media, the internet, the mind, writing, book publishing. It could be about a local thing or an international thing, because this full moon is hitting both of the eclipse points. So as you can see, Capricorn, a multi-layered month ahead. Anything is possible this month. It's hard to pin down exactly what's going to manifest. First of all, astrology is symbolic. That's how I read it. But you can kind of see the concentration of energy, right? That we talked about, your 4th house, your 5th house, your 6th house, your 11th house. You know, we'll get to your 8th house in a second here with Mars. So you can kind of see where the manifestations or the changes could be coming in these areas of life, Capricorn. And the full moon is making a nice aspect to you, which I like. The new moon is not, it's making an inconjunct. But at the end of the day, this is still a new beginning in that 6th house. And the 6th house is very busy, like we talked about. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and did I mention full moon shining a spotlight in your 5th house? This could be an ending, a culmination point, something to do with your kids, a project, a hobby, a passion project, like an endeavor that you've been working on. That could be coming to an ending, a culmination point, and then you're moving on to something else, or you're polishing it up and changing it up in some way, shape, or form too. Okay, Venus downstairs in your 4th house. Venus has been going back and forth between the 3rd house and the 4th house. Venus now in the 4th house, I actually like Capricorn. Yeah, she's making a square to you, but I mean, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. She's going to ask you to beautify your home life, your living circumstances. It's about feng shui, building the home of your dreams, buying the home of your dreams, or getting one step closer to doing that. Researching, maybe going to the bank and seeing if you qualify, making sure the funds are there, Capricorn. So it might not be about buying. I'm also hearing selling for you as well. So that could be a possibility. But planning, like planning for the future. Yeah, beautifying your office space or your home space. If you've been having some quarrels in the home, some arguments, Venus here helps to smooth things over with your relationships with your family members as well. And Venus can also bring in money. right? She brings in love and money. Wherever she goes, she attracts this. So if you work with homes or work out of your home, it looks very beneficial. Or if you consult out of your home, or if clients come to your home, very beneficial energy coming in. This is like money coming to your doorstep, so to speak. So I'm thinking like clients, people, contractors coming to your doorstep to beautify something. Also, Capricorn, keep in mind Feng Shui. That's coming across my radar more and more. I was telling another sign this, Cancer. I did a little bit of Feng Shui years ago in my office. Yes, like way before the pandemic. And I got promoted. I didn't ask for it. I did Feng Shui in my office. And literally within a couple weeks, I got promoted. Like, and I didn't ask for it. I didn't apply for it. They threw money at me. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was shocked. But Venus was, I can't remember actually where Venus was, but it always reminds me whenever Venus is at one of the big angles, right? Whether in the 10th house or 4th house. But if, again, your office, think your office, right? Especially those of you that work from home. It's like pushing things around, putting things in a certain place. Again, Feng Shui the shit out of your home, Capricorn. And it might surprise you. I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to work for you because, again, you got to do it right. I'm not a professional when it comes to Feng Shui, but I was quite shocked how fast it worked. It blew my mind. So anyway, maybe that's something I'll look into later on down the road to teach. I don't know. Who knows? But point is, Capricorn, beautify your space. Get comfortable in your space, especially with Saturn and Neptune here. I think you're really going to get clear or unclear about where you want to live. Because, yeah, that's how Neptune talks. Neptune talks out of both sides of its mouth because that's how Neptune rolls. So get used to the fog, Capricorn. Get used to kind of like, I can't even explain it. They're making me feel a certain way and I can't even explain it. It's like, get used to being in two places at once, they're saying. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that foggy path. So that's Venus. Also spicy meals, like cooking hot meals, get the barbecue fired up and things like that, cooking at home, you know. Okay, Mars in your 8th house of finances and resources. So again, Mars going back and forth between the 7th house and 8th house, Capricorn, which I know probably wasn't easy. I'm a Cap rising, and yeah, what a nightmare to have Mars. Yeah, to have Mars in the 7th house for such a long time. But anyway, Mars has moved on, but it's time to make a decision, Capricorn. If you've been like back and forth with work, a job, a marriage, a relationship, a friendship, a contract, a client, a negotiation piece, whatever the case may be. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Time to get off the fence. Time to make a decision, Capricorn. Slice and dice. Slice and dice, cut away what and who no longer suits. Now, Mars in the 8th house, I don't mind because Mars is going to give you the action, the motivation, the passion, the ambition, the drive to go after whatever it is that you want. But I can also see here Mars burning through cash. Whenever Mars moves through a money house, either you'll burn through cash or your partner's going to. And this is in your partnership sector. So this could be a business partner, a love partner, I don't know, a sibling, someone that you're connected to on a financial level. So I'll kind of just leave it at that. But Mars here is going to put your focus in on shared assets, resources, shared property. Mars, though, cuts and severs, Capricorn. So, you know, buying and selling. Maybe it's time to cut something loose, sell something, sell a property if you have multiple properties. Downsizing. This could be about, again, for those of you going through a separation, a business separation, or a, you know, I'm hearing severance package. So maybe you departed from an employer, or departed from a business partner, or departed from a love relationship. Again, Mars in here is going to help you cut and sever the assets and split the assets, right? That's kind of what they're showing me. Not a bad thing, by the way. If you're happily married, don't worry about this, okay? I'm not saying your marriage is going to end. I'm just saying that's a possibility for some of you out there if this resonates or not, right? If you're happily married, don't worry about this. Use it as bringing the spice back. This is the house of sex. Mars is in its home sign, the 8th house. Mars is very comfortable in the 8th house of Scorpio. Yes, I know your 8th house is occupied by Leo, but the 8th house has a flavor of Scorpio. So that's intimacy, that's sexuality, that's getting to know your partner on an intimate level. Or if you're dating somebody new, you know, getting intimate with them, right? Sharing those resources, sharing that bond. This could also bring up crap from the past, Capricorn. This is a very psychological transit. So if the money stuff doesn't resonate, Mars could bring up crap from the past, like even from our childhood, psychological wounds. This is the house of fear, power, control. And again, Capricorn, it's about slicing and dicing through those. You know, acknowledge it. This is a house of healing. So it's like, acknowledge it. You're going to feel the rage. You're going to feel the rant. Move this energy out of your body somehow. Work with a counselor, work with a therapist. Do what you got to do, Capricorn. I would advise to not project this out on people, not to project it out to your partner or your kids or your family or people in the workplace. I would recommend to move, like exercise, sweat it out, talk to somebody, talk to a third party about this crap that's coming up, Capricorn. So again, that's just another example. I'm not saying something horrible is going to happen, but it is the 8th house and Mars activates wherever he goes. He's going to be bringing up the cobwebs, bringing up shit that you don't want to look at, Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn too. So, I mean, I'm talking to myself too. This is dredging up the sludge and the toxins and getting them out once and for all. And making a decision, Capricorn, going back to making a decision on something or someone or a situation or a financial matter and just moving forward with it. All right, Capricorn, that's all I was going to talk about for the month ahead. Enjoy the month of May, and we'll see you back here in June. Bye for now. Hey, Aquarius, let's talk about the month ahead for you and where I think your focus will be for the month ahead. So before I dive into that, just a quick reminder that my Saturn and Aries video is down in the description box below. I also have Neptune diving into Aries video if you want to learn more about that and how this could impact your 3rd house for many, many, many years to come, especially with Neptune. And also I'll be releasing my Jupiter in Cancer video soon, along with Uranus hopping into Gemini. So these heavy hitters get separate videos because, yeah, they're special. It's not every day that they move into new territory. These month-to-month videos that I do, I focus on the personal planets. So I focus on Mars and Venus, the new moon, the full moon, and where the sun is illuminating an area of life, and also Mercury, because wherever Mercury goes, he also infuses our energy because he rules the mind, the lower mind. So he helps with focusing in on a new area of life every month, or I should say every like 3 weeks, he moves into a new sign. So Aquarius, let's dive right in here. The sun is still moving through your 4th house of home, family, foundation, ancestry, your roots. You as a parent could be highlighted this month, or your parents could be highlighted this month. Mother, father, authority figures, or even elders this month. And Mercury there as well. There's going to be lots of chatter, maybe family reunions or people getting together. Really nice energy, by the way, with the sun and Mercury down in Taurus, which is a very sensory. It's all about the sensual experience, Aquarius, which I know you're probably saying to yourself, well, that's not my kind of energy, blah, 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 because your energy is a little bit more detached. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. But regardless, lots of focus on home, family, foundation, and your kids, or you as a parent, I should say, too. Now, once the sun moves into Gemini, you're going to like this because, especially with Mercury joining the party in here as well, this is making flowing harmonious aspects into your sign, Aquarius. So this is all about bringing the joy back, having a good time, excellent time, by the way, to take a vacation when the sun moves through Gemini for you in particular. So middle of May to middle of June, excellent time to take a vacation or take a break, Aquarius. So this is about your kids. This is about romance. This is about sexuality. By the way, sex is on fire this month, my friends. Mars is in your 7th house. You got Venus in your 3rd house. Yeah, bring the sexy back, Aquarius. Whether you are currently in a relationship or single and looking, it's full on. And I'll come back to Mars and Venus in a second here. But anyway, I just wanted to highlight that because the 5th house, you have double whammy this month. The 5th house is also about sex and romance and dating. And it's that fun, flirty type of energy. And then Mars is in your 7th house of relationships, right? So you're getting double, triple whammy of all this incredible romantic energy coming in, Aquarius. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, channel this into creative projects, creative endeavors, work. Again, what lights you up from the inside out? So if your 9 to 5 doesn't light you up, that's not what I'm talking about then. I'm talking about what lights you up, Aquarius, from the inside out, what brings you joy and pleasure. This is also entertainment. But yes, please don't bet the farm. Actually, Aquarius, maybe some of you got pregnant over the past year with Jupiter in the 5th house. This could bring pregnancy. That's a possibility as well. But again, a longer term transit. Let's see here. Did I miss anything? Children, grandchildren. And yeah, I think that was about it. I thought there was something else I was going to say. Sorry, Aquarius. Talking too much today. Anyway, that's where your focus is going to be. 4th house, 5th house. Now, to add more layers on top of this, you have a new moon in this 5th house. And I love this for you, Aquarius. Again, not only does it make a flowing trine to you, it also makes a flowing trine to Pluto, newly in your 1st house. If you have anything around 6 degrees, Aquarius, like this is just going to add in that extra layer. So if it's your sun, this is about your career, your life force, your vitality, your purpose, or male or father figures in your life, as an example. So new beginnings, romance, dating, self-expression, creativity, all the stuff we talked about, pregnancy. This is the house of fertility after all. This new moon, though, is heavily layered with all this other energy. As I mentioned, Pluto, it's very close to Mercury and Uranus. So guess what? Expect the unexpected. Actually, some of you, just a heads up, this could be a surprise pregnancy. So I'm just kind of leave it at that because Uranus and Mercury are in your 4th house. Which is family, right? Expanding the family. Jupiter is in your 5th house, expanding children or grandchildren. So maybe some of you, it's grandchildren that might be coming in, right? Obviously not for all of you. I'm just throwing out examples here. And I thought there was another one. Yes, an opportunity aspect coming in from Saturn and Neptune. So this could add in an additional layer of siblings, cousins, relatives. Maybe there's a new beginning on their front or something to do with your local community or vicinity. Maybe some of you are getting new neighbors or changing neighborhoods. This is about local. Think local with this new moon versus international or people at a distance. This is more in your local environment or vicinity because you see all the planets that are packed at the bottom of your sky. This is more, I'm going to say, personal and local to you, for example. Like Saturn and Neptune and all these heavy hitters moving at the bottom of your sky is making sure you build on a firm, solid foundation, Aquarius, because Pluto's going to be transforming you for many years to come. So you're going to need something solid beneath you versus if all these planets were at the top of your sky. You'd be topsy-turvy. You wouldn't know left from right, which way to go, right? So it's about your personal support system is kind of what I'm picturing around this new moon. So you see what I mean? Lots of layers with the luminaries this month. So that's the new moon. which I love for you because, again, making really nice aspects to you. Now, the full moon at the top of your sky, again, this one packs a punch for you, Aquarius, in multiple ways. First of all, it's at the top of your sky. It's status, it's career, it's your reputation, it's maybe some of you, it's retirement, planning for retirement, you as a parent, you becoming a parent, changes to the home front, changes to family, foundation, your the literal, it could even, they're showing me it's some of you, it's literal, okay, change of home, basically. Yeah. Because they're showing me literal changes to your foundation. So I'm like, well, yeah, that could be a new home. So anyway, forgive me. Sometimes they show me symbols and I like, anyway, it's tough to rattle them off sometimes, Aquarius. Anyway, so endings, culmination point when it comes to career versus home life. And if you're not working, this would be retirement. This would be, what do you want to lean into? What do you want to move into? Because you have such a focus in your 5th house. I would strongly encourage you folks that aren't working, if you're able to, I mean, excuse me, some of you could be a stay-at-home parent, so trust me, that's going to keep you busy. But for those of you where you're an empty nester, volunteer, get involved with your local community. It's all going to be about local for many, many, many years for you. Getting into writing projects, reaching, like getting on social media, doing stuff like this, YouTube land, Instagram, putting up a website, things like that, Aquarius. I challenge you to dive into that if you're not working and you're looking for sort of something to do. Now, this full moon is making a harmonious aspect to the North Node in your 2nd house, Aquarius. So new work. This could be new work. I do see some of you cutting, ending, severing a contract because you have Mars in your 7th house. Full moon at the top of your sky, change of status, change of job. For some of you, this could be moving from single to common law to marriage, because that's status, right? We're connected to titles and our jobs and our spouses and blah, 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 and where we live. And that could also fall under status. So that's what I mean. Your status could be up for some change this month, Aquarius, or what you're known for. Or again, moving into retirement. But then how are you going to utilize your skill set? I recommend that you teach the next generation, especially if you are in one of the trades, or you're a mentor, a teacher, coach, whatever. Pass down that knowledge to the next generation. You know, what is the legacy that you want to leave behind, Aquarius? You and Capricorn have something in common. You're ruled by Saturn. Saturn is all about, I'm hearing wealth, but beyond wealth, it's about the legacy you want to leave behind. So when you're up in the stars, when you go back home and you're floating above the earth and you're looking down on the earth, you can see the marks that you've made on the world, right? That positive punch and impact that you've made on the world, Aquarius. So I just encourage you to think big, right? Think collective. You are the sign of the collective, after all. Pluto in your sign is going to be so important, not only for you, but for humanity, for the planet, for the galaxy as a whole. Like it goes beyond, beyond, beyond. But anyway, I don't want to go on a big soapbox thing. Anyway, going back to the luminaries. So the full moon engages the North and South nodes. So again, dusted with fate, destiny, fortune, this full moon. So you see what I mean, how the luminaries are so multi-layered this month. It's not just about the axes that they fall in or the house that they fall in. It's bigger than that because it's activating all of these planets, placements, points. Okay. Actually, I think all the planets are being activated this month except Mars. Let me see here. And maybe Venus. But anyway. Let's jump to Venus. Speaking of Venus. So Venus is in your 3rd house. Remember, she was going back and forth between your 2nd house and 3rd house, Aquarius. So time to make a decision. If you've been contemplating something, could be about work, could be about a material possession. Could be about a move, a new place of living, something to do with your kids, your family, your loved ones, your place of living, your ancestry, your roots, Is there a decision that needs to be made here? Might have something to do with technology or vehicles or how you get around, transportation, educational pursuits, your skill set. Maybe you've been researching how to move into a new industry or a new career. Time to make that move, Aquarius. Time to make that decision. Saturn and Neptune in the third house is definitely going to crystallize your mindset, your communication skills, something that you can put to work and utilize. Like, this is going to stand the test of time. If you're learning something new, Aquarius, this is going to be incredible, to last forever and ever and ever and ever until you pass, of course. Well, actually, no, they're showing me that's not even true. You're going to be taking those lessons with you. But anyway, so I'm wrong about that. They're showing me you're going to take these lessons into the next lifetime or wherever, whatever dimension you want to go to is what they're saying. But anyway, writing projects, book publishing, siblings, cousins, neighbors. This is gains and benefits coming into this third house. If you're single, Aquarius, you could find love in your local environment. So get out and about, network. Third house is all about social butterfly, connecting with someone at a restaurant or at a bar or something to do with food, community, the farmer's market, big gatherings of people. It's full on. You know, if you want to meet someone, it's definitely full on. Mars in your seventh house, Venus in your third house. Yeah, like you could definitely meet someone special. A new moon in your fifth house of romance and dating. Yeah, I'm going to say definitely, Aquarius. Love could be on the menu this month. But again, I can appreciate not everyone is looking for that. If that doesn't resonate with you, again, dive into creative projects and hobbies and anything that lights you up, anything that gives you pleasure and joy, Aquarius. Beautify your home. Take walks in nature. Ground yourself. Get back to, yeah, they're just showing me get outside, get away from the cement, like the skyscrapers and stuff like that. If you live in a big metropolis, like get away from that if you can. I think that's going to be beneficial for your soul and your mind as well. Let's see, or travel. Yeah, Venus rules your ninth house of traveling too, and of education and reaching a wider audience, and anything to do with educational pursuits, belief systems. Yeah, so whatever your heart desires, Aquarius, lean into that this month. Now, last but not least, Mars. So again, Mars back and forth between your sixth house and seventh house, Aquarius. So have you been on the fence about quitting a job, moving on, getting rid of someone? If you own a business, run a business, or if this is about, sixth house is also people that work for you or with you. Mars cuts and severs wherever he goes. So maybe this is you cutting a contract, right? Whether you're an employer, a boss, or you work for somebody else, right? This could be you handing in your resignation. Like, I'm done. I'm done with this job. I'm done with this atmosphere. I'm done with this environment. I'm done with this workplace. I'm done with these coworkers. Aquarius, whatever this is, this could definitely be an ending of some sorts. I mean, you do have a full moon up in your 10th house, which I can see some of you moving on from a job as well, but not all of you. You know, this comes down to your personal birth chart. But Mars in here again puts the laser focus on your clients. If you own a business, run a business, go after clients, marketing, putting yourself out there, advertising, networking, social media, going after whatever it is that you want. Like, this can kind of make you aggressive too, Aquarius. Either you being aggressive or people being aggressive with you. So just watch out for that. I don't see this as being the end of the world. But yeah, I'm just looking at the Mars-Pluto opposition that we're just coming off of. Yeah, just watch out for that, Aquarius. And again, it could be you, it could be another person. I mean, you're the powerful one here with Pluto in your first house. But yeah, just watch your relationships, because Mars in here can also irritate, right? and make us a little bit feisty in a good way, but also kind of in a not so good way, Aquarius. So it could really make you feisty and all riled up. So just, if you feel something building, just try to move it out of your body. Try to move it out of your body as gently, as carefully as possible. But again, I'm not trying to doom and gloom this. Mars in here, again, passion, purpose, ambition. It's extremely willful. Mars in Leo is extremely willful. So go after whatever it is that you want, Aquarius. Okay, that is about it that I was going to talk about for the month ahead, Aquarius. So enjoy, and we'll see you back here in June. Bye for now. Hey Pisces, let's talk about the month of May and where I think your focus is going to be. Now, let me just back up a second here. Saturn and Neptune, newly in your second house of Aries, and what that means for each and every one of you. Check out my description box below. I made separate videos about these heavy hitters because they deserve the stage. They deserve their own videos. Because yeah, it's not every day these big outer planets move into brand new territory, especially in the time frames that we're dealing with, starting in 2023. So check out those videos if you're interested, Pisces, because these month by month videos, I focus on the personal planets, not so much on the larger heavy hitters in the sky. So let's talk about the sun. So the sun continues to illuminate and highlight your third house. This is definitely a very busy house of the mind, of how you communicate, how you digest and chew on information. It's also about your local environment, Pisces, like your neighborhood, your neighbors, your community, siblings, cousins, relatives, you name it. Very busy. It's also about social media, internet, educational pursuits, going back to school, wrapping up school, learning something new, diving into something brand new, Pisces. So I think that's where some of your focus is going to be this month. Now, once the sun moves into your fourth house, this is going to be about home, family, foundation, your place of living, and also anybody that you live with, right? So if it's a spouse, if it's a partner, if it's your kids, if it's your animals, neighbor, whatever the case may be. I was going to say neighbors. Well, we already covered that in the third house. So that's where I think Pisces, the focus is going to be, is sort of like on your local vicinity. But I'm going to come back to that because you do have a full moon at the top of your sky. So it could be about local, or it could be about international this month, your international connections. Now, going back to this fourth house, you have a brand new beginning here, Pisces. Brand new beginning. New moon at the end of May on the 26th at 6 degrees. If you have 6 degrees of anything, 6 degrees of Pisces in your birth chart, you're going to feel this even more. But regardless, you're going to feel this anyway. New beginning in, again, home, family, foundation, your place of living, ancestry, your roots, the past, the past coming back around, dealing with the past. Your parents could also be in the spotlight, or your parents could be having some sort of new beginning, or an elder, or again, something to do with your kids. Or you as a parent, Pisces. Maybe you're becoming a parent. With Jupiter in the fourth house over the past year, maybe your fourth house is really expanded out in some way, shape, or form. So this could be just another new beginning on the home front for you, Pisces. And yeah, Jupiter is getting ready to move into your fifth house. So this is kind of like the finale here. Jupiter is wrapping up something in this area of life as well. Now, the luminaries this month, Pisces, they pack a spiritual punch because there's so many different layers here. So we talked about the fourth house, but I'm going to add in another layer. So for example, the new moon is making a trine up to Pluto, newly in your 12th house, of endings, of awakenings, of spirituality, of cleaning out the closet, of letting something go, of transformation. Or places that are hidden. This could be something, you're working on something behind the scenes. Or this could be something to do with work. It's making an opportunity aspect to Saturn and Neptune. So this could be about work, your place on the planet, your being of service in some way, shape, or form, your skill set, like we talked about. Material possessions could also be layered in here as well. The new moon is also making a fairly close conjunction to Mercury and Uranus in that third house. So maybe this new beginning has something to do with a sibling. Maybe you're getting a new neighbor, Pisces. Maybe you're moving, or you're having thoughts of moving, or maybe you've already moved. And this is about something happening in your local vicinity or local environment. This could be about educational pursuits that we talked about, because again, Mercury brings the mind and Uranus brings expect the unexpected, Pisces. So you see what I mean? All these multiple layers could be coming in around this new moon, tying together the 12th house, the second house, the third house, and the fourth house, Pisces. So again, multi-layered here and faded, like very, very faded energy, especially when we're dealing with like Pluto and Saturn and Neptune and Uranus and Mercury involved. Yeah, there's a lot going on here at the end of the month. Now, the full moon in Scorpio, same thing here, making a trine to the North Node in your sign, Pisces, and making an opportunity aspect to the South Node in your opposite sign, in your 7th house of relationships. So Pisces, this full moon in Scorpio around the 12th of the month could be about letting something go in multiple areas of life. Why? Because the North Node is in your sign. Anything that happens in the first house, all bets are off. It could ripple out to your career, your relationships, your partnerships, work, home life that we already covered. So you see what I mean? Lots of layers here. But faded. Anything to do with the nodes, and even Uranus for that matter, well, any of the planets for that matter, very faded energy. You know, I'm thinking Saturn's very karmic, Neptune brings in the spirituality angle, Uranus brings in the chaos and the change, it's the lightning bolt, and then the nodes of fate are just, it's like the universe is dusting its salt on the earth, right? It's magic on the earth. It's just incredible. You just don't know where you're going to be nudged. Somebody could be brought onto your path for a reason, Pisces. Somebody could be leaving your life for a reason. You could be letting somebody go. Again, it's either you moving the chess pieces around and you're initiating this change, Pisces, or it's someone else initiating change and you need to respond accordingly. Okay, so it could be either way. Now, the full moon at the top of your sky in the house of the gods, this is making a beautiful trine to your planet's placements points around 22 degrees, Pisces. So for example, if your sun is around 22 degrees, this would be another layer of your career, changes to your career, your life force, your vitality, or male figures in your life. That could be a possibility as well. But 9th house is all about religion and spirituality. It's also a legal house as well. So if you've been going through any legal situations, they're hopefully coming to a close. Higher education, teaching, mentoring, coaching, training. Again, we talked about your skill set, upgrading your skill set could be on the menu. Anything to do with foreign lands, foreign cultures, long distance traveling, long distance trips, ethics, belief systems, international shores, international paperwork, citizenship, immigration, passports, dealing with people from all over the globe, Pisces, and pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. So yeah, lots and lots could be happening this month, Pisces. Why not? May as well just add it to the mix, right? That's what I'm saying to some of the signs. Just dive right in. We got to get used to change. We got to roll with change because change is here to stay for many, 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 many years to come. It's going to take a long time for the dust to settle with Pluto moving into Aquarius, Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries, Uranus moving into Gemini. That's going to rock everyone's worlds, I think, for sure. And then Jupiter moving into Cancer, which is happening next month. So get used to change, Pisces. I know. Well, you're a mutable sign, so you should be pretty comfortable with mutable energy. Is like that letting go. You folks are really good at letting go. I should be saying this to the fixed signs. That's what I should have been doing, was saying this to the fixed signs. But anyway, so those are the luminaries, Pisces. A full house this month. And that's just the full moon and the new moon. Never mind the transits this month. So let's see here. Let's talk about Venus. So Venus in your second house, I love this. Remember, she was going back and forth in your first house and second house. So this is about work. This is about day to day, whatever you do from a 9 to 5 perspective, however money flows to you, comes to you personally without another source. So if you're not working, how does money come to you? This is benefits coming to you, actually. Really good energy, actually, Pisces, in possibly finding another job or at least interviewing. Yeah, at least interviewing, my friends, because it'll make you look, yeah, it'll make you look good. I'm thinking with Venus in the second house is kind of what they're showing me. I mean, Mars in the sixth house, though, that could cut and sever a job. That could be on the menu too. But regardless, you have a lot of energy, as you can see there in your second house of work, you could buy more things. Venus likes to spend money, Pisces, so you could be buying material possessions, buying up. This could be property as well, or investments, or your relationship to money or investments could be coming in. This is also your skill set. Second house, third house touches on learning something new, your talents, your skills, your abilities. What do you want to bring to the table? What can you bring to the table? What can you learn that's new, that's going to stand the test of time? Saturn, by the way, is going to be doing that for you for many, many, many years to come. So Venus in a money house is awesome. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. She loves being in the second house. She's not comfortable being in Aries. But regardless, she's going to do her best to attract in love and money in this area of life, Pisces. And again, did I mention it's full on with the sexual energy is enhanced this month. If you're looking for a partnership, you could find love at work, or again, put yourself out there. The sixth house is a very busy, busy, busy house. You could meet someone just moving around, going about your day, doing the errands, the grocery store, going to the farmer's market. Like if you want to meet someone and find someone, Mars and Venus can help you, and they're going to make it happen too. But it's if you're interested in that and if you want that. I'll leave that up to you, Pisces, because I can appreciate not everyone's looking for new love. If you're in a committed relationship, bring the spice back, bring the fire back, get spicy between the sheets, whatever the case may be. You though, Pisces, you kind of got this busy energy though in your second, third, fourth house. So you might need to find that fancy time at home, cooking, or day-to-day errands. Like they're showing me, having sex in the car, for example. I know. Because yeah, this might be a busy month for you, especially with Mars moving into that sixth house. So that's Venus in the second house. I really hope she'll line your pockets this month with either love or money. And Mars in the sixth house, you're going to go after whatever it is that you want, Pisces. It's time to make a decision. Mars has been going back and forth in your fifth house, your sixth house. Time to make a decision, Pisces. Jump off the fence, make a decision, go after what it is that you want. Mars in Leo is very passionate. He is purposeful. He is extremely willful and ambitious. So run after, chase after whatever you want, whoever you want. If you own a business, run a business. Mars in here, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He can make people irritable. So people that work with you or for you, it can make the work environment kind of spicy and very active. It could just mean very busy, but there might be some personalities coming out here too with this energy, especially with Venus in a work house for you. Mars is in a work house for you. So yeah, Pisces, I feel like this month is all about focusing in on work, but also the home life as well, with the sun and the new moon and Jupiter highlighting your fourth house here. Your bottom of your sky is just so active, right? So Pisces, as I mentioned, I could see you cutting, ending, severing a job, if that's what you want to do. If you're a business owner, do you want to cut and sever a contract? Do you want to get rid of an employee, somebody that's not working out, not a fit? Happens every day. It is what it is. Do you want to get rid of your gardener or the person that cuts your lawn or whatever the case may be? That can happen. You know, it's go time, Pisces. No more waffling like, okay, what do I do? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's like, no, Mars is like, no, make a damn decision and just move with it, Pisces. But this is part of a larger story that's been happening since October 2024. So it's go time. It's like, let's make a decision when it comes to 5th house matters or 6th house matters. It might have something to do with children, might have something to do with that 9th house that we already talked about, might have something, again, you have so many signatures here, Pisces, for work, for being of service. And if you're saying to yourself, well, I don't work, I'm a stay-at-home parent, or I'm a retiree, well, again, be of service. That's what I'm asking you to lean into this month. If you're a stay-at-home parent, there's your job, okay? So you're busy. But if you're retired or if you're not working or whatever your situation is, put your passion, your motivation, your drive into something. Be of service, because Mars is in your house of being of service. Your pets and animals might need some extra attention this month too. Mars can inflame the body. So this is in your health house, Pisces, too. So inflammation in the body, heartburn, rashes, lumps and bumps on the skin. And same with your pets too, right? Inflammation of the gut, things like that, Pisces. So something to keep in mind. As much as I want to say, yeah, the spicy foods, you might need to avoid or take a step back from this month because something might irritate you this month, okay? Not for everybody. And by the way, I'm not here to doom and gloom. It is what it is. Yeah, there might be just some extra attention you need to give your diet and your routines and your day-to-day stuff. Like you might need to cut something out so you can get me time back, time for you back, Pisces. Otherwise, Pisces, that's about it that I was going to talk about for the month ahead. So enjoy the month of May, and we'll see you back here in June. Bye for now.